And we are live. Hey guys, welcome to another live stream. And I am joined tonight by just one of my sisters tonight. I've got to make do with Nanny Giggles.
Hi.
How you doing tonight, Nanny?
Doing perfect.
How hot is it in Denmark? Because it's stinking hot in the UK.
It was a hot day today. It was out all day.
So, how's everybody doing tonight? You all good? Oh, I see lots of familiar names. Oh, Shadow Lucifer's here. Mega Ultra Dave. My God. The Offie is here. I'm sure there'll be lots of people. I have got some big news for you tonight, guys. I'm going to save it. Oh, Sam's here. Hi, Sam. And apparently, according to Sam, there is much rejoicing. I love those custom emojis. Yes, I have got some big news for you tonight. I hope you're going to be free tomorrow night, Sunday night, 7 till 10. Sky and Colonel Failure talking Transport Fever 2. Oh, yeah. Now, just wait for the reaction in the chat, Nanny, because I think it's about to go a little bit crazy.
I'm waiting.
It certainly should be. It's going to be, for the first time ever, Sky and the Colonel talking Transport Fever, and specifically Transport Fever 2. Oh, I'm sure we'll be talking lots of Transport Fever, but the Transport Fever 2 is going to be the big subject of debate. Alex Barton has kicked off the super chat with, oh, there he is, Alex Barton. Then he goes to the top of the list. There you go, Alex. I don't think you'll be there for long, something tells me. Hey, Sky, he says, if quizzes are quizzical, what are tests? Very, very good. You don't get that, do you, Daddy?
Oh, no. I feel so blank. Let's just
Well,
put it nice.
if quizzes are quizzical, then tests are testicle. Very good. Very good. Good way to start the stream. No picture perfect tonight. She's off out with family tonight. So I don't think she'll be. I don't think she'll make it for the stream. But oh, here we go. Dusty says yeah, and Blind Archangel says nice, awesome sauce. Wow, can't wait, says Big Jimmy. Calamities then, says Scott Newman. What could possibly go wrong? Says good lord, that's a mouthful. Trianus Imperator. Yes. Can you believe that? Me and the Colonel finally getting together for a chat about Transport Fever. Now, what are we going to be doing in Transport Fever tonight? I thought, recently on the streams, I've had quite a few people saying, how do you get started? I always run out of cash and stuff. So I thought tonight, what the hell? Let's just start a brand new game, and I'll show you how to get how to get started.
So I actually might learn something.
Let's see. Joel says, so I take it you don't want me to talk about the Colonel's news on TF2 then? Like what? I'm not sure what you mean by that. So Joel T1, tell me what you mean by that, because we've got. First of all, the Offie says, and he's a staggeringly generous £10 donation. Thank you very much, the Offie. He says, you are welcome. I love your vids. So much fun. So original. Thank you so much for that. And by the way, Surviving Mars fans, I am sorry that you didn't get an episode today. Oh, and we've got a new member. And a new member is Mr. Stu. What a great name. Mr. Stu. With 2 O's. Don't forget the second O. Come on, Mr. Stu, throw up a comment. We want to see your sexy new channel member badge. So yes, what was it? What's I reading? Who's the Shadow Lucifer says? Who's the Colonel? Who's the Colonel? Colonel Failure. I think it is. I don't think I'm being egotistical. I think it's fair to say that me and the Colonel are kind of the two most. I'm gonna use the word passionate. The two most passionate YouTubers when it comes to Transport Fever. We devote large portions of our channel to, and we all like large portions. We devote large portions of our channels to Transport Fever. We play loads and loads of Transport Fever. And if you haven't checked out the Colonel's channel, you definitely should. He's very entertaining. And there you go, Nanny Giggles throwing up Colonel Failure's channel. So there you go. Definitely worth checking out the Colonel. He's very good. Knows what he's talking about when it comes to Transport Fever. He did a very insightful video about Transport Fever 2, which is why it was after watching that video that I decided I've just got to get the Colonel on here so that we can talk about this stuff. Because like as I was watching the video and he was talking about things, I was just like, I had so many questions and whatever that I wanted to kind of explore with him. So that's what's going on there. What else? Am I in time for all the good stuff? Says IEB Burr. Yes, you are. You are. Liam says audio is cutting out. Like, really? Really? I don't think it. Guys, if we've got any, like, there's always somebody that like questions the audio on every single live stream. Guys, how's the volume? Am I okay? Is Nanny okay? Is Nanny too loud? Too quiet? Talk to him, Nanny.
Yeah, I can just say you got a super chat from Mega Ultra Dave.
Mega Ultra Dave. How you doing, Dave? Always good to see Mega Ultra Dave in the chat. A £5 donation. Thank you very much, Dave. He said, looks like it's going to rain. Yes, I heard a whisper that we might get a little touch of rain tonight. My God, we need it. Just to take the edge off the temperatures. It's crazy. Soccer Gaming says he's getting a bit of lag, and Corpsatch says it's buffering for him. Yeah, I think some of you might get a little bit of buffering because I've actually upped the bit rate. Not tonight. I actually did it on the last stream, and nobody mentioned it. Nobody complained. So I've upped the bit rate. For those of you who know about these things, I've upgraded the bit rate from 3500 to 6000. Which should mean that those of you with decent internet connections get much better, a much better quality stream. But those of you with lesser internet connections might get a little bit of buffering, but we'll see. If like a lot of people are getting a lot of problems with the buffering, then do let me know because I can always ratchet it back a little bit. But I was going for quality. So, and nobody complained about it on the last stream. So there you go. Right. So audio fine, internet not so good. Yeah. And Soccer Game is saying it was laggy. What, the last stream was laggy? Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You can always switch to 720p if you're having problems, and then you'll get. The thing is, you're better off having very good quality 720p than bad quality 1080p. I mean, it just is. Nanny's a bit quiet. Sound otherwise okay. You know, I turned, because I had complaints that Nanny and Picture were a bit loud last time, so I've turned them down. Let me turn Nanny up just a touch. There we go. Alrighty. Should we get into Transport Fever? Start a game. So,
Yes, please.
I think that'd be a good plan. And this would be good for you because like you're not massively into Transport Fever, are you?
No, but I have to be by tomorrow.
Yes, you do, because otherwise,
Yeah.
like me and the Colonel will be talking about stuff, and you'll be going, "What the hell are they talking about?"
I need to make a good impression.
You do. You need to watch the Colonel's video on Transport Fever 2.
Already started.
Yeah, definitely need to watch that. So
I also
let's
follow
get
him
a
on
game.
Twitter now.
Let's get a game going. So people, a lot of like I've had quite a few comments of people saying I start a game and I just go bankrupt. I run out of cash and whatever. So we're just gonna play a game tonight, right? So we're gonna start a free game. No idea what we're gonna do. We're just gonna play a brand new game and see how it goes. So I tell you what, we'll take a bit of a vote in game. Are we going to play Europe or are we going to play USA?
Europe.
I think I know which way this is going to go. Noah B says, I locked my quality at 1080p and the buffer is fine now. Well, there you go. There you go, you see. So, Nanny got the first vote in for Europe. I wonder which... This is going to be interesting to see.
Yeah. I do apologize for my coughing. I will try to mute myself.
That would be very much appreciated by everybody. I tell you what, while we're kind of waiting for the votes and stuff to come in, you know what? I am actually an hour late starting tonight. I did intend to start streaming at 7 o'clock, and I got delayed. I was down in Kingston today doing a little bit of shopping. Oh, I am going to be drinking. God, it's hot. It's so freaking hot here. And I got caught up in the vape shop, talking to the guys in the vape shop, and ended up talking to them for far too long. And I suddenly realised the time. It's like, oh my god, I've got to get back. I've got to do the live stream. But I bought myself a new tank today. And those of you who don't like, because typically I get smock stuff, but I wanted to move away from that, and I've got myself
Europe, USA, America, Europe.
Yeah, you can count them up and see what wins. And I got myself a Falcon King. For those of you who know about vaping, I got myself a Falcon King, and I tell you what, it's pretty damn good. I've put it on my Lost Vape Paranormal.
Europe seems to go.
Yeah, I got to say it's there are quite a few USAs, but I think Europe's got it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good. It's so much quieter. So much quieter than my other vapes, which is really good news for you guys, because I tell you what, the others, they'll blooming deafen you. They're so loud. All right, we're going Europe then. So we'll go with we'll just go with a medium world. Although, I mean, to be honest, I could do it. You know, shall I do a large? Shall I do it?
Always go for the large.
God, you and Picture, your minds just in the gutter permanently. All right, we'll go large. Terrain type, are we going to go flat, medium, or hilly? I think we're going to go medium, which will be fine. And I would advise, if you are a beginner and you're just starting to play Transport Fever, play on flat, right? The world size doesn't matter so much, but play on flat, right? You definitely want to start in 1850. Difficulty, again, if you start on easy, easy is easy, right? Medium is hard, and hard is, well, it says you will go bankrupt, right? So hard is crazy hard. This is something that the Colonel and I definitely agree on. Hard, damn, it's hard. I mean, like, can I play on hard and make a profit? Yeah, but it's it is pretty tough. And then randomize. I'll just give you a random map. So we're going to play on Europe, large, medium, 1850, and medium difficulty.
Can you just like refresh while we're doing a new map for Alex?
Yes, I can do that. Alex says we're starting a fresh map. I've missed what happens. I just want to take people through, because I had a lot of comments. Take people through how to start the game and make money, because a lot of people seem to be running into problems and not being able to like really get started and whatever. So let's do this.
And you got a super chat.
And I got a super chat from Corpse Hatch. $2 donation. Thank you very much, Corpse Hatch. I hear the name The Colonel. I think Boogie Nights. Yes, I bet you do, Corpse Hatch. Have you seen that film, Nanny? Boogie Nights?
No.
Oh, I am surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd like that film, Nanny. I'm pretty sure.
Anyone die?
Did anybody die? I don't know. It's not really about that.
Okay.
You could Google it.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg stars in that. So there we go. Creating towns. Boom. Doesn't take too long.
Ben wants you to get an interview with the people of Transporter Fever 2.
With what?
With the Transport Fever 2 team.
Yeah, I could have done that if I'd have gone to the press event in Berlin, which Colonel Failure attended, and I'm very sad that I didn't get to go to that. It was looked like a very fun event. They actually got a train. Now they said a historic train, and I thought it was going to be a steam train. Turned out it wasn't a blooming steam train. So I wasn't quite so jealous. If it had been a steam train, I would have been like very, very jealous. Okay, so I'm just going to focus on getting us started. I think. How many people we got in the chat, Nanny?
You have like 158, 57.
Oh, okay, so we've got most of the regulars here, so that's good. All right, so when you start a brand new game, what you want to do is put in one line right at the beginning that's gonna provide you with a really good income. Right? Now there are two choices for this. I'm going to turn on the industries. There are two choices for this. You either want to start with oil or you want to start with food. Okay? So oil would involve taking oil from an oil. No, that's an oil refinery. I want an oil well. Where's an oil? Yeah, there we go. So you want to take oil from an oil well, right? And then you want to ship it to an oil refinery like the one I was just looking at, like this one. Right? So you ship the oil up to the oil refinery, convert it from oil or crude oil into fuel, right? Ship it back on the same line, right? And then distribute it to towns. That's the idea. And ideally what you want is a fairly long line because you get paid based on the distance that you travel. You also get paid on other... you're very loud, Nanny, when you're typing. So you might want to mute yourself when you're typing.
I thought I had. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It also depends on like the speed, the average speed, and all this kind of stuff. So, but don't worry too much about that. All you're interested in is shipping it from one place, turning it into something that you can ship back. Now, why oil and food? Okay, well they have something in common. Let's find a food. So this is a farm. Farm produces either wheat or grain. Either grain or livestock. Now what you want to do is ship that to where's a food factory? Looking for a food factory now. No, I can't see one. Oh, there's one. There's one over there. Really closer? No, there's none. There's like none around here. Where the hell are all the food factories? Okay, well, so this will take either grain or livestock and process it into food. If I mouse over that, there we go. Process it into food. Now, the thing is, you want to send livestock, not grain. Now, why do you want to do that? And it's because of the wagons. You want to be able to ship the raw materials and the processed goods on the same train, right? In the same wagons. Now, grain won't fit into the same wagons as food, but livestock will. So if you ship livestock and turn it into food, you can then ship it there and back again on the same train. Now, having a train which is full both ways is the most profitable way to run your railroads, right? So either oil or food. You know what? We're going to do both. Oh yeah. No messing around. We're going to do both. We got a farm anywhere around here? Look, see, there's a food factory here. Food factory here. Oh, we got a couple of farms over there. That's fine. Oh, there's see this. You might be tempted to run food or livestock from here up to this one and back, right? Bad idea. It's not far enough. You won't make enough money out of this. Tom W says, isn't it better to start with passenger trains between major cities to start city growth quickly? Answer, no. Absolutely no. No. Have I said no enough?
Yeah.
In case I haven't, no. You're much better off starting with cargo. You make much more money from cargo than you do from passengers. So this is why it's a good idea. So let's see if we ship that oil up here, for example, to this refinery, and ship it back. From there, we can then ship it out to Oakham, South Molton. We haven't already got a road up to Seaton. You're not muting yourself when you're typing, Nanny.
I apologize.
She's having problems with her muting. Right, well, we've got another oil well over there. And by the way, take your time when you're putting your first line in, because it's really important. You've got 2 million to spend. 2 million, not all that much money. I'm just reading the chat to see if there's anything going on.
Yeah, somebody thinks we're married.
Joel T. I've got to go back. What's Joel T been saying? He's answering a question from Paula Benson. Where's Paula Benson's question? I don't know. The chat's gone up too much. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I missed that point. Sorry. So I don't know what Joel T was explaining. And you aren't shipping it to where it comes from, just a city nearby to where it came from. No, actually, Joel T, I recommend ship it back to where it comes from. Right? Like, for example, if we were shipping oil from here down to here, right, I recommend shipping it all the way back, not, for example, dropping some off at Stalybridge and dropping some off at Oakham on the way back, right? Or, for example, dropping it off at Oakham and then distributing it from there, because you're missing out on some profit. You want to ship it all the way back to where it was made and then distribute it from there, right? This is how you make money. I'm kind of tempted. That's a slightly short run. I could run it across here. How flat is this? It's not very flat. See, this is another thing. You need to take account of... Regina, we can hear you, you know. You're not muted.
I'm just laughing. I
know. You're laughing very loudly and spluttering. You sound like you're sneezing into a bucket of water. Yeah, take your time. Find a good run that's nice and flat. Now, along the edge of a river is like a pretty good idea. So, for example, this oil well, I'm thinking this oil well, and then maybe run the tracks down here, round Oakham, and then along the river up to here would actually be not too bad. Because you want it relatively flat. Let's go and have a little bit of a look up here. We've got farms. There isn't really a good farm run. Now hang on a second. We've got a refinery here. And we've got an oil well there. And from there, we've got a road connecting us up to Yarmouth. We've got a road connecting us up to Ashby Wolds. We're kind of in the middle of 4 towns, which is a good place to be. So I'm actually thinking that maybe we'll do this one rather than this one. We'll probably end up doing both of them. Yeah, okay, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So, how do you start this process? Well, the first thing you want to do, like if you're new to the game, right, I suggest you turn on the contour lines, okay, because they will show you the elevation of the terrain, okay, so you can actually judge where your tracks should go. So for example, if we put in, let's actually do this. So I'm going to put in a train station. So I want trains. I'm going to put in a terminal station. I think, have I got any reason to extend it beyond? No, not really. So I'm going to put a terminal station. I'm going to make this, am I going to make it a 320? Now you need to be, do need to be concerned about your cash, Okay, so I've got 2 million to spend. Now, a 320 platform or a 320 meter train station is going to cost more than like a 160. Okay, and like when you're starting out, your trains, you're not going to be going beyond 160 meter trains for quite a while, and you can always extend the length of your platforms later. So I think, let's see, how flat is it here? Let's have a look. Let's spin you around. Now, what you want to do is ideally you want to be pointed along like one of these lines, or a space like in between these lines, pointing in the direction of it, because you'll see that's pretty flat. See, that's going to cost me 100,000 or 96,000, right? But if I point it in like across one of these lines, right, you can see that it's going to deform a lot of terrain. That costs money. So that is going to cost me like 250,000. That's going to burn through your initial 2 million really, really quick. Okay, so now where do I want to distribute this? I'm just looking at like what's going to be the flattest place, and do I want to have like trains running on from this to distribute, which potentially could be quite nice. You know what? I might actually do that. I might go for. I'm gonna go middling. I'm gonna go for a 240 station, and I'm gonna do a through station, and I'm gonna try and do some other train lines that take this product onto other places. So let's see, how flat are we here? Like, this is not a great place here. This is very uneven here. So yeah, it's not. I got to say that's not a great blooming starting location. I'm just wondering if I was to put it in over here. So that's only going to cost me like 100,000, which is
You're
not
using
bad.
the wrong type of station. Somebody says.
Yeah, I need to switch it to a cargo station. That's all. This passenger, this is cargo. Thank you for letting me know. Now let's see. If you move it around, you can get some quite significant differences in the price, right? So putting it in over here, it's costing me 100,000. I just move it back a little bit. Look at that, just moving it from there to there, and I've saved myself $10,000. This is something that you want to bear in mind. So 90.7 seems to be about the cheapest I can get it in this area. So I'm going to go with there, I think. You know what? Seeing as it's fairly flat, I'm kind of tempted to almost go with a 320. Because look at that, I can get a 320 for 97.3. 96.
Bearing in mind there is like a 30-second delay, but they're saying you're still using the wrong station.
No, I'm not. I'm using a cargo station. See, it says freight station. So, no, I'm not. So, 90, 94, 90. Oh, here we go. 90, 90.6. That'll do. That'll do, pig. Boom, in you go. Now, I'm playing this game without any mods whatsoever, by the way. So, this is going to be like a completely vanilla game. Okay, now this needs to be hooked up to this, and it needs to be in range of this. Now, I'm just hoping that I'm close enough, because I might not be. But we will see. If I take a road, I'm just going to take a small country road, and I'm just going to hook it up to here. And hope that this is in range. So, the way you tell whether it's in range or not is just click on the station. If this lights up, then you're in range. And yeah, that should be fine. It's only just in range, mind. You can see. Can you see this? Can you see that white line that goes up to there? Yeah. That's only just in range. I hope that's actually going to work, because if you're literally, sometimes this can light up. If you're only just touching it, then you can sometimes have a problem. But this should work. All right, so we're going to go from there to this refinery down here. Now, we want a station here. Now, I'm going to do the same thing at this end. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So this is going to be a terminal station at this end.
So I think I have like a little problem because there's a very, very big gap from when you speak and when they hear it. So I think that was the problem before.
Oh, okay. No worries. Yeah, no worries. So here I'm just going to plop this in. 126,000. God, that's expensive. It's not staggeringly flat here, unfortunately. So if I move it out a little bit, I can get it a bit cheaper. But I need to be careful that I don't go too far out. See, yeah. Probably there is probably about as good as anything. No, 100. See, it's like 150,000 up there. So yeah, you know what? 105. That'll do. I think. I'm just worried about like at that end because it seems to be going into a bit of a dip here. But I think we're just gonna have to live with that. How deformed is this? Oh, quite is the answer. All right, let's anyway, let's go with that. So what was I doing? I was doing like 105, wasn't I? There we go, 105. Boom, in it goes. Okay, so what we want to do now is run a track which links this station that we've put in and this station that we've put in. Okay, now this station is obviously on a different level from this one. So if we follow this in between these two contour lines, and to be honest, this is pretty much on this contour line. So if we follow this contour line along, right? Now remember, this is all this, like if you follow this line, it's all the same height. So it comes along here, then it goes up there. Okay, so we've got a height difference of like 1.5, whatever these are. Right, and I think these are, yeah, these are 50 meter. So from that point to that point, there's a rise in elevation of 50 meters. So if we look down here, you can see that it's going up this hill. Okay, so we're going to have a rise in elevation of around about 70, I would think about 75 meters, something like that. So what we want to do is do that, but do it like gradually. So let's start laying some track. So what you want to do when you're laying track, ideally you want to lay the track in relatively short portions that that don't distort the terrain very much. Okay. Peter Arlington, put it on the other side of the road. No. No, I don't want to, because I want to go.
Do you want me to read them?
But it kind of depends. It depends if they're good questions. So, if I put it on this side of the road, yeah, I could run alongside the river, right? But then I've got to rapidly go up in terrain height. Not a good plan. You want to go up the terrain height gradually. So what I want to do is go up here. Now what you're looking at, now let me run that forward. Look, can you see how as I move that out, I'm distorting more of the terrain height? So the further I go out, you can see that this is getting bigger, and the more that happens, the more money you'll spend. Okay, so it's much better to do shorter sections, right? So let's see, to go from to there, that's 33,000. Okay, if oh, I want this to actually go straight. So right, so this is like 33,000 up to the edge of the woods, right? But if I put that in two sections, like if I put a section, say there, that's 7.5, and then a section there, right, I've got up to the edge of the woods and it's only cost me 12,000. Right, well, why is that? And it's because I've actually followed the terrain, and I've gone down a little bit and then up a little bit. Now, does that mean that my trains will potentially be adjusting speed, like going up and down and whatever? Yeah, but that's kind of nothing for the trains. The trains will cope with like little changes like that, no worries. But it saves you a fortune on your track building. Okay, so we're going to carry on. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going to start heading up towards this first terrain line, and then eventually I want to switch over to this second terrain line, and then that line we're going to follow until we get to this train station. That's the plan. So you want to plan out, like, okay, how do I get there? So what we want to do is just kind of gradually go over there. So I'm going to run this just out like pretty much dead straight, like this. And you can see this is costing me very little money, these sections.
Decisions.
Okay, now this is, the closer these lines are, the steeper it is. Okay, now obviously there's a very big gap between here and this one. So this terrain here, pretty flat. And if we go down here, you can see, yeah, it's pretty flat around here. But as the lines get closer together, right, it's steeper. And you can see, like here, it's very steep. And you can see the lines are very close together. So I think at this point, we're going to want to start to turn.
Alex is asking you if you have done the math, the math to work out if it's cheaper.
To work out if what's cheaper.
I guess the train tracks you're talking about.
Have you done the maths to work out if it's cheaper? You got to tell me what it is. What do you mean by it's cheaper? Okay, the other thing that you need to bear in mind when you're laying your tracks out is the top speed. Okay, you can't have too sharp a bend in your tracks. Now this the max speed on this track is 120, but if I start to bend this too sharply, you'll see, okay, we're starting to drop down now, and the sharper the bend, the lower these top speeds will drop, and they can get very, very low. We don't want that. So let's see, if I go up here, that should give me a pretty smooth run up to there. But you got to kind of anticipate the terrain, because what we've got here, you can see by this bulge here, right, that what we've got is kind of a bit of a hill that's sticking out here. It's kind of a little bit difficult to see. That's why it's a very good idea to have these lines on. Right? So ideally what we want is to get up to this point so that we can follow this line in. So what I'm going to do is probably go up like that, and then just run straight up to that point and then follow the line from there. So let's throw you in. And then, now, we're going over some fairly bumpy-ish terrain. Now, it's up to you to decide, like, how bumpy it is, how much it's going to cost you to essentially flatten it out, and whether you need to do that or don't need to do that. Now, look at this. I've already spent 400,000, but most of that has been spent on the two stations. They were like 100,000 a piece. But still, we've still spent like a couple of 100,000 or almost a couple of 100,000 on tracks so far.
Say hi to Ron.
Oh, Ron's here. Hi, Ron. How you doing? Oh, and Daniel Rivera's here. He says, "What's up, Sky?" Cool things. Cool things. For those of you who've just joined, right? Tomorrow night, 7 till 10, Sky and Colonel Failure talking Transport Fever 2. Oh, yeah. Don't miss that, because it's going to be awesome. The two most passionate Transport Fever players and YouTubers talking about what's coming up in Transport Fever 2. It's going to be epic. Right, so I'm going to pop that one in. Now, it is flattening things out a bit. Right, so it's going to cost a little bit more. But I want this to be going up because I want to carry on going up this slope. So I'm perfectly happy for that to be doing that. Oh, and we have... I should wait for the sound effect because it's kind of awesome. I want to go kind of like that. Probably. There's the sound effect. Welcome to Blue Is it Blue Rose or Blue Ross? I'm kind of guessing it's Blue Rose, but it could be Blue Ross. Tell me, which is it? Is it Rose or Ross? But welcome to our new member. And if you're thinking of becoming a member, which maybe you are, then I should tell you that you get some quite nice perks. You get the channel loyalty badges. There are 6 badges which increase over time. You start off with the green badge and you go on. I'll show you them. Look at these sexy, very very high rares. I spent a very long time putting these badges together, and I love the progression. You gain your wings. You go from the silver badges to the gold badges. It's all very cool. And you get custom emojis that you can use in chat. You get immunity to slow mode, and probably most important, you get access to Sky's Discord server. And I am on Discord after every live stream, and you can chat with me one-on-one, either in text or in voice, whichever's your preference. So there you go. Right, let's get back to this. Oh man, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I remember. I was putting in this bit. Now, what you want to do is you want to anticipate like what the terrain is doing. Okay, so this is the highest point here, right? In fact, I think the highest point is probably about there. Okay, now I could put the track to there, but the problem with that is the track is actually going to be pointing slightly upwards. So when I do my next section of track, it's going to have to go up a little bit and then come down, which is not really what we want. So I'm actually going to spend a bit of money if I extend this out and put in a cutting like this, which is just going to flatten the track off. Now that's going to help our trains because they won't have to go up such steep hills, right? And it gets me onto this terrain line, which is exactly where I want to be. And it gets me onto that line pretty flat. So that's where you want to be. So boom, in it goes. How does that look? Looks pretty sweet. And that is exactly what they would do in a realistic train, like real world train situation, because they laid flat tracks. Yes, you may.
You have a really good question. Can you ask Sky which channel is hosting the stream tomorrow from Cops Hatch?
Oh, that is on this. This is on this channel. It's on my channel. I invited the Colonel to come over and join me on my channel. Now, who knows? Maybe after we've done that, he'll invite me over to his channel, and if he does, I'll let you know. So. Now again, here we've got a little dip. Now I could lay the track down into the dip and then up the other side, or I could curve it round so that we stay on flat terrain. But here, it's not like a massive dip. It's not going to cost me hundreds of thousands. So I'm just going to flatten that out and just do a straight bit going across there. It's only 22,000. It'll be fine. So 1.5 million. Left. Now again, you want to anticipate, so you can see that this goes like that and then swings around. So what we're going to want to do is kind of cut the corner. So I'm going to go straight there, probably up to kind of there-ish. Yeah, about there. And then I'm going to swing around like that so that I'm lined up with this next section to go around here. That's a little bit better. Boom, in she goes. And then we'll have a little straight bit. And then we'll curve you around like that. Nice, this is going well so far. It's going very well so far. Boom. All right. We've got a little way to go. Now, when you're crossing roads, right? Now you can just run it across the road like this. Okay. The problem with doing that is that often it will deform the roads like this. And now you can decide, like, do you care? And I would say in the early game, you probably don't care that much. But you just want to be careful because it can increase your costs. Now, 25k for that section. Yeah, I mean, up to there, it's 12. Right? Join up to the road and suddenly it's 18. And the reason is because it's going to have to change this terrain, and that's going to cost you money. So if you play around, like, see there, it's going to be 24,000. There it's 20. Down here it's like 18. What I prefer to do, personally, I prefer to just delete this section of road, right, and then reload the road. I would much rather do that. Now, it may actually cost me more, but you will get a nicer result at the end of it. Let's actually switch to a train track. Would be better than better than a road. You idiot. All right. So again, here we don't want our curves to be kind of too tight. So I'm going to bring this probably down like that. And I'm actually, now this you can use this to fix your slope. And what I mean by that is, when you're just laying the track in this mode, it will just follow the terrain, right? So you can see that's come all the way down here. But using this, you can say, right, I actually want this to be at this height. So this is dead flat, right? Or I want it going slightly up, or I want it going slightly down, or I want it going down a lot, or I want it going up a lot. Okay, so you can control these things. Now I'm actually going to set it to be flat because I'm going slightly offline with this, I think.
Hi.
Yeah.
Apologies for my voice. Liam is asking if I'm joining you tomorrow when you have the special guest here.
I don't know. Are you joining us tomorrow? Are you free, Nanny?
Yeah, possibly. Yes. It'd be free for you. Always.
Right. Well, if you're free, then absolutely. Nanny Giggles knows that she is welcome on all my live streams. So, actually, you know what? I'm actually, because for some reason we're slightly higher, and I don't want to go that high, so I'm actually going to turn that off, and that's fine. So I'm just going to take that, I think. But I'm probably going to use the flat when I go, man, I don't know, I might use the flat when I go around there, we'll see. So let's run it to there. Now here I am going to cut the corner a bit, which is going to involve having a cutting through here. This is what we call, I don't know whether you call this something different in the States, but we call this a cutting, because literally you're cutting through some terrain. And that will do. I'm not going to use the flattener, so yeah, that's fine. By the way, Sky, when is Train Fever coming out? Train Fever is coming out in quarter 4 of this year. Right, I am now going to hook that up and have a little look, and that looks pretty darn good.
Sky,
yeah.
Build a loop-the-loop.
Build a loop-the-loop. Alex is joshing with you, Nanny. You can't build. This isn't Roller Coaster Tycoon. So we're gonna cut through the terrain a little bit, but that's okay. When you're approaching your station like this, you want it to be pretty flat, and yeah. Now, have we gone? Oh, let me put that in. Have we gone a bit bendy? Yes. Right. But that is okay. When you like later on, when you've got more cash, you can invest more in having straighter lines. Okay, and that's a good thing. Having straight lines is a very good thing. But early on, when you're worried about how much cash you've got, you're much more worried about how much the line is costing you. Now, do I want to double track this line? And the answer is I would love to, but potentially that's going to cost me a lot of money, right? So what I'm going to do, now I don't normally do this. Normally I just say, what the hell, and I double track it. Oh, by the way, if you double track it, now this has cost me, so this has cost me about, what, 500,000? The two stations were like 100,000 a piece. So this has cost me about 500,000, so $500,000 this has cost me. Would it cost me $500,000 to double track it? I'll just show you. If I just run a track, like, it's probably too bendy to follow it all the way. Yeah, it's too bendy to follow it all the way. But like, okay, from there to there is like 150,000, and that's, how far is that? That's about halfway, I would think. So it's probably going to cost me about 300,000. So it's going to cost me less than the original track cost. Go on, Nanny.
So there's some bit of concern in the chat about if this saucy channel is ready for...
No, if the channel is the kernel prepared for the sourcing of subscribed streams. I think the kernel can handle himself. If any of you know the kernel, I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to fit right in, frankly.
I just need to make a really good impression, I guess.
Is he going to be shocked by Picture Perfect and Nanny Giggles? Very probably. And let's face it, who isn't? All right, so I'm going to do something different. This is something that I would not normally do.
What do you mean? What did you mean by that?
You know exactly what I meant by that. Right, I'm going to do something different than I would normally do. Normally, I would just double track it and say, what the hell? And I gotta say, I am kind of tempted to do that. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this very much step by step. Minimum costs. That's what I'm going to go for. All right, so what do we want to do next? Well, because I'm just running literally a point to point, I don't have to worry about putting signals in or anything like that, so I'm not going to worry about that stuff. Now, where do I want my trains to start? I want my trains to start from here, I guess. So what I'm going to do, I was gonna put my depot. This is where you actually buy your trains. I was gonna just throw my depot on the end here. I didn't mean to do that. I was gonna throw my depot on there, which is the kind of thing I would normally do, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put my depot somewhere more sensible. Now, again, be careful when you're placing your depots, because depending on where you put it, it'll cost you more or less money. So, for example, if I put the depot over, say, there, it's costing me like 21,000. If I put it somewhere else, it's going to be more. It's a simple answer. So here it's 19, 20, 21. Where it gets expensive is if you try and actually like hook it like directly to the track or whatever, then which probably won't do. But so there we go. See, there it's going to cost me like 35,000. So just be a little bit careful where you're placing these. I'm going to put this, I think, probably over here will be fine. So if I'm going to be double tracking this, I'll probably go on the other side. So yeah, let's put this probably about there is where I want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a bit of track off first.
Matt is asking you if you're going to add a cam for tomorrow's stream.
Am I going to add a cam? Well, webcam? No. No, that's a simple answer to that question. There you go. Anything else?
No, I'm just trying to talk with you.
Okay. I'm just gonna bring that in a little bit, I think. Okay, that looks good. Boom, let's pop that in. And
There's a lot of jokes going around in the chat about tomorrow and the Colonel
yeah, what are
being
they
on the
saying?
channel. For example, Cops has is like the Colonel will be like, "Oh, holy beep! What is wrong with them?"
Oh my holy hell, what is wrong with them? Yeah, I would imagine he probably will be. He probably will be.
I was trying not to say the swear word.
Oh,
Or is
right, okay. Oh, what, hell?
Is that a swear word?
No, you can say hell. Hell's a place. It's a location.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's kind of nice being able to vape without thinking, oh my god, is this going to deafen someone?
Oh, you didn't. You were always deafening me.
Yeah, that was with
Didn't
my.
you have a problem with that?
That was with my old vaping tanks.
Yeah,
This
I
is
get
much
that.
quieter.
But you're just doing it for the guys on here.
I am. So yeah, for anybody who's just joined, me and Colonel Failure tomorrow night, 7 till 10. Sky and Colonel Failure talking Transport Fever 2. Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome sauce, like in a big way.
And I'll be there too. Less important, but.
What do you mean less important? Far more important, you being here. And Picture Perfect, I think, is going to be here tomorrow night. But she does have family in town, so I don't know. I can't guarantee that. Alrighty, so we've now got our train depot, so we can buy trains. So I think it's probably time to buy a train. Don't you think?
You don't want to look in the chat now.
Sorry?
Just said you don't want to look in the chat now. It's going cam amok.
Philip Randall. I'm going to watch some video tomorrow when doing sparky work around the house. Good for you. He said 7 p.m. GMT. Yes, it'll be 7 p.m. UK time. So 7 p.m. UK time will be 8 p.m. on the continent, CET. Let's see. 7 would be 2. That'll be 2 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. Eastern coast of the US. And then those guys can adjust it from there. But Sky, we want to see your majestic face. No, you probably don't. And whether you do or not, you're not going to. Ha 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 ha. It's okay. Colonel has a fun side. He's going to joke a lot. He is. The Colonel is awesome. Guys, seriously, if you like my channel, you'll like the Colonel's. Seriously. Right. Do we get a train running? Because then I can talk. Well, I can check out the channel while we're kind of riding up and down on the train and stuff. So I think we should do that. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy a train. And what am I going to buy? Well, at the moment, we're very, very limited. We start off with this D1/3. And that's the only train we've got. And it costs 123,000. Oh, yeah. Now, this is the tank wagon that we're going to buy. And you'll see that it can carry both crude and fuel. And that's the important part. Okay? So I'm going to start off with, I'm going to buy an engine, cha-ching, and then how many tank wagons am I going to buy? I think I'm going to start off with like, probably 5 tank wagons, I would think. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with 5 tank wagons. So now how much are these tank wagons? These tank wagons are 156,000 each. They're not cheap. Right, this is why you have to be very careful, because you can overspend on your track and then not be able to afford a train, and then you're in real trouble. So we got 1.12. So let's go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves me with 340,000. See how fast the blooming stuff goes? It's crazy. So I'm going to buy that train. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Now, if you happen to buy something that you didn't mean to buy, right, you can just sell it. Okay, so sell the vehicle, and you get all the money back. Say I got 156,000 back, right? So you don't have to worry about like, oh dear, I shouldn't sell it. Will I get all the money back? Yeah, you'll get all the money back. So don't worry about it. Okay, so, sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just making sure you weren't talking, but I will just wait till you're done explaining.
Okay, so the next thing we need to do is put in a line, right? So I'm going to go to the line manager and add a line. And we're going to add from this station, from Ashby Wold South, we're going to go all the way up to Scaly Bridge Exchange, and then we want to come all the way back again, which it will do automatically. So you don't have to click back on here again. Okay, and this is going to be, I'm going to call this. Now I like to just differentiate between passengers and freight and trains and lorries and whatever. Corpsatch has sent me a $2.50 super chat. Thank you very much, Corpsatch. Train named the Dirk Diggler special. Oh God, we're doing a whole Boogie Nights thing tonight. Apparently, so this is going to be the Dirk Diggler. The Dirk.
I'll be right back.
Diggler. Okay. And like tonight is going to be the same as any other night. If you want your name on vehicles or whatever, then just throw up a super chat and I'll put your name on something. Or you can it doesn't have to be your name. It might like it could be like the Dirk Diggler like this. So well no, this is, but the line's not going to be the Dirk. You know what? I'm gonna say that the line is the Boogie Nights Oil. There you go. Boogie Nights Oil. Boom. And then the name of the train is the Dirk Diggler. Here we go, the Dirk Diggler. Boom. All right, cool. So that's that sorted out. All right. So now we've got a line. We can say, I want this train to be put onto, where are we? Set line. Now, if you've bought several trains, you can put them all on. You can set them all on one line, or you can use this to put them on different lines or whatever. But we want to go on the Boogie Nights Oil line. Boom, done. Hooray. All right, so now all we have to do is release this by turning on the game. Oh, this is one of my favourite bits. Let's get rid of that. And here we go. Here is our first train. I'm going to turn off contour lines now. Get rid of that. And let's jump on board and ride. See, that sounds so bad. We're going to ride the Dirk Diggler. Oh, loving it. Phil BT said, holy crap, I just realised something. I always thought Sky was pausing and doing that inwards sigh sound like he's unsure. Turns out it was vaping all along. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I don't vape when I'm making videos. I don't normally vape on live streams, but tonight it's because I've got this new tank. I bought this new tank today, and I'm kind of just spoiling myself. And it's so quiet that I don't think it's going to upset you guys. So that's kind of good. Right, the train has arrived at the station. It's going to turn around. Now I'm going to pause it. Right, and I'm going to pause it for a reason. Okay, if we go over here, this is producing oil. This is very, very good news. We like producing oil. And if we look at the train, we can see we are carrying 11 of 25 crude oil. Now, you might be tempted to say, oh, you know what? That's fine. I'll just let it carry on and take that oil up to the refinery, right? Bad plan, right? First run, ideally, what you want to do is wait for a full load. Okay, now you can do this on the line by changing these settings. So this says load if available. So what that means is when the train pulls into the station, if there is any cargo it can carry, it will load up what it can and then it'll just go, right? But you can also tell it to load a full load of any cargo that it can carry. So load up everything that you can. So have a full load, but it can be anything. Don't care what it is. Or you can say a full load. Sorry, this is a full load of any of the types of carriages which are on the wagon. So, for example, if I'd got like 3 oil tankers, oil tank wagons, and 3 box cars, right? If it could fill any of them, right, then it would carry on. This one is saying fill everything. You've got to have a completely full train before you can move. And this one is saying only unload at this station. Don't load anything, right? And that can be very useful. So I'm going to say for this one, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to say a full load of anything is fine. But
I'm back.
Because we've only got one type of car. Welcome back. Mega Ultra Dave, a £2 super chat donation. Thank you very much, Dave. Very generous man, our Dave. And he says, apparently, super chat doesn't work in Romania. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that news. Is there something going on in the chat about Romania? Blue.
Not that I'm aware of.
By the way, did Blue Rose or Blue Ross tell us whether it's Rose or Ross? Did you spot that, Nanny?
I just got back, so I don't know.
No. I asked like ages ago. You were supposed to look out for whether it was Rose or Ross. Tell us, Blue Rose or Blue Ross Gaming. Tell us, is it Rose or Ross?
Gaming.
Sorry. What, Nanny?
I just saw somebody write gaming. No problem. Blue Ross Gaming. Is that what you meant?
No, I want to know whether it's pronounced Blue Rose or Blue Ross.
Sorry.
I assume it's Blue Ross, but I don't know. It could be either. So just look out for Blue Ross's next comment and see if they say it's Rose or Ross. Anyway, moving along very rapidly. Alex Barton's being rude. I'm not going to mention that. The Dirk Diggler certainly has a full list. Oh, stop it, guys. You guys are so bad. Jeez. I'm not reading out the comments. They're being saucy. Right. So, yeah. So, we want a full load. Now, the train's already started to pull out of the station. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it pull out a little bit. And then I'm going to flip it around. Now, is it going to go back into it's going to say no path. I need to let it go a little bit further before it will actually go back into the station properly.
He just wrote back rose flower. Oh, I guess he's just
Blue Rose. Yes, I thought I thought when I first saw it, I thought it's going to be Blue Rose. Yeah, Blue Rose. So there you go, Nanny. Now you know. It's pronounced Blue Rose Gaming. Okay, so now that we've got this this full load, it's now going to produce, it's going to wait until it's got a full load of oil. It's currently got 15, 16, and what I'm going to do is just speed it up a bit, or even a lot, until we get up to the full 25. Now you might be thinking, oh, Sky, this is a stupid plan, right? Why on earth? You know, I might as well leave it running. This is a stupid plan because this costs maintenance, right? And you're just wasting money with it sitting here in the station. Well, the thing is, a train costs you less maintenance when it's standing still compared to when it's moving. When it's moving, it costs you more money. So no, it's actually much better to have your train sitting in the station, right, when it's not full, waiting for a full load, and then travelling when it's got a full load.
Do you want a genuine serious question?
Yes, I'd love a serious question.
Is it more difficult to start in the year 2000, which is what I always try to do? From Jamie.
I would think I would think it might be more difficult to start later because the trains are going to be more expensive. So yeah, I mean potentially, I think it is going to be more difficult. We are up to 24. We're waiting for one more. There we go. And as soon as we get our 25, the Dirk Diggler is going to start moving.
Nice name.
Well, you know we were talking about Boogie Nights, the film.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, well, Dirk Diggler is the main character in that film.
Okay, so I have like an impression on what kind of film it is now.
You know what, Nanny? Go and look up Boogie Nights on IMDb so that you know what the hell we're talking about.
Okay.
Right, look, we've got some more oil already being produced. Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. Well, there was a fair amount of rejoicing. Now, these trains, these are the very, very earliest trains. They are not very powerful and they don't go very fast. We're running at 26, 27 kilometers per hour. And now in 1850, this is going like this is Concorde. This is Concorde to people in 1850. And I tell you what, I've got to say, the models are just beautiful. And I love these early models with all of the brass work. And look, if you look at the different wood and the wooden panels, and then all the brass fittings, the brass lights, carriage lamps, the brass carriage lamps.
I guess this
and the
calls for
piston
a
housings.
movie night.
Sorry, go on.
I guess this calls for a movie night.
Have you read it now?
I just read a little bit and saw pictures and all
And
of that.
you know what it's about now.
I'm just gonna read it. I just saw the pictures and a lot of pictures.
Okay, so you didn't actually read what the film was about. No.
I hate admitting when I'm silly. No, I'm just gonna read it.
Go and read the film summary so that you know what the film's about. See what I have to deal with, guys? So it's like this all the time. So guys, for anybody that's just joined, tomorrow night, 7 till 10, Sky Storm and Colonel Failure here, talking Transport Fever 2. Oh, hell yes. So make sure you've got your questions all sorted out for tomorrow night. You'll be able to ask me and the Colonel all kinds of questions. I tell you what, I think, seriously, I genuinely think it's going to be awesome. Because me and the Colonel are both very, very, very passionate about Transport Fever. And obviously about the upcoming Transport Fever 2. So it should be really fascinating. I'm very much looking forward to hearing what the Colonel's got to say. And I would imagine we'll have some differing perspectives on different things, and it'll just be interesting to get the different takes on it all. So, Michael Crecci says, "See you all for now." Are you off? Oh, Michael Crecci's got to go. Oh, see you, Michael. Michael Crecci, he said, "Hey, I will come tonight. I just have to close the restaurant." Oh, okay, cool. Michael, we'll see you in about an hour.
So I read it now. Okay, now I get the picture of what it's about.
Okay, good.
It sounds saucy.
It's very saucy, and hence the name Dirk Diggler.
Okay, now I get it.
Yes. I'm fairly sure Nanny was going to be watching that film in the fairly near future.
Yeah, why not? If there's any eye candy.
I don't know. It depends if you like Mark Wahlberg. Right now, we're looking at Sky Candy. Oh, yeah. These beautiful trains. Gotta love
They're
them.
cute. What year is it, if I'm asking?
The
Can't
year,
see it.
the year is 1854.
Okay. It's like super small.
So what? That's just that's not long after you were born, isn't it, Nanny?
Yeah, that was like 100 years after you.
Very good. Philip Randall says, "Well, what map am I playing tomorrow?" Well, I think, seeing as the Colonel's going to be here, I want to show off the EPEC map, don't I?
You show off.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
show.
you should.
Come on! I want to be
That's
showing the
true.
Colonel. I know that the Colonel has seen the EPEC stuff, so. But it'll be. I will want to get his take on like what he thinks of what I've done and stuff. Of course. I want a peer review. This is sweet. I am loving this. I haven't actually got my FPS counter up tonight, but I would imagine I'm getting a lot of frames per second right now. Silky smooth performance. Have I watched the Colonel's full video and interview with the Urban Games event? Yes, I have, Joel. I found it very, very insightful, which I will be telling the Colonel tomorrow.
I don't know. I'm actually a little bit like, I can't, go get him any tea. I can't like hand him things to make him comfortable. So I don't know, like, what do I do?
Yeah, you'll have to make some virtual sandwiches.
Yeah.
Okay, now before
I
the
have a
train
very wrong picture in my head.
before the train pulls into the station, right? When the train pulls into the station, I'm going to turn on our cash plus and minus, so we'll actually see how much we get when we pull into the station. So let's see. Let's have a look at our profit and loss. So let's see. So the first 4 years, we've been making a loss. Okay. So what we want is to start making a profit and actually getting some money coming in. So let's see. Let's crank this up and we'll see how much do we make when this train arrives. And the answer is $250,000. Woohoo! Nice. Now, if we had chosen like some other product, right, and we'd ship the product up there, and then we let the train run back empty, bad idea. You know, that is not the way to be profitable. The way to be profitable, I am going to say on this line, I also want this to wait. Now, this is where you have to kind of sort of balance whether you want like instant profitability, right, or whether you want profitability downstream. Because what happens, let me talk to you about production a little bit. Okay, so if we go back over here, this oil well, the production is going to go up, right, over time. And if we look at the charts, it tells you how much oil it's produced. So it produced a bunch of oil, right? And then I must have had the game running while I was talking to you. I know I meant to have it paused, but it doesn't matter. So it didn't. It stopped producing. So it gets to a certain point, and then it'll say, okay, well I've produced a bunch of oil. It hasn't moved, so I'm just going to stop, right? And then when we actually took the oil away, then it started producing again, right? And how much have we got sitting here now? We've now got 30 oil sitting here, okay? Now 30 oil is a train load. Okay. So if we go back over here, what we could do is just say, well, drop this load of oil off, go back empty, pick up another load of oil, right? And then when that gets back up here with that load of oil, we should have a load of fuel ready. It can then take that fuel back. So then, from that point on, we're running full backwards and forwards. Okay? The alternative to that is you can say, you know what, I'm going to buy a second train, right? So I've already got enough oil for a second train, right? Because we produce enough oil during the journey. So if I bought another train now, let that fill up, carry that oil, right? And then this train, by the time it gets back, there'll be enough oil so that it can run full going back up there, right? You get that? So I think that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is buy another train. But Sky, you can't afford to buy another train because this is like 100,000, and then you want like 5 of these, which is like what, 750. So you need about like 1 million. Well, you can borrow money in the game. So we can go down here and we can say, I want to borrow 500,000. Right. And we can borrow up to 10 million, I think, initially. Yeah. So currently, now the initial 2 million you get, by the way, is borrowed money. You have to repay that. So we've now borrowed 2.5 million. Right. I am going to buy another engine, and I'm going to buy another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if somebody wants their name or whatever on this train, then throw up a super chat. First come, first served. Oh yeah. So I think we'll do that. Cool. That leaves me 12.8k. I may need to. I'm gonna have to borrow another 500,000 because now I've got 2 trains. Now I have to worry about signals and because we've only got 1 track. So what I'm going to do, let's see, the station is there and the station is there. So halfway is going to be about here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to put in a stretch of double track.
I do need to stop you. Did you see the super chat?
No, I didn't.
No, you forgot a super chat from Alex then.
Oh, okay. Let me borrow another 500,000. There we go. So yeah, now I've got 500,000 to spend. Let me see. What was that? What was the super chat? Oh, I'm sorry, Alex. Alex, a super chat, £2 donation. Thank you very much, Alex. Next train, the Rod Jeremy. God, you guys are so bad, kids. I personally, I wouldn't ask your parents on this one. Oh no, leave it alone. This is gonna be the you guys are gonna get me banned from YouTube one of these days. Ron Jeremy. There's gonna be loads of people looking at me. Who's the Ron Jeremy? And then it'll be like, oh, it's that guy. All right, so this is the Ron Jeremy. You guys
So what are we doing?
So I'm putting in what's called a passing place. So I'm gonna make this a bit longer. Let's run it round there and run it out here a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that should be fine. And then I'm gonna join that up onto this track like this. Boom. And I'm gonna join it up onto this track like that.
There's a new super chat. Just got
Mega Ultra Dave, a £2 super chat. Thank you very much, Dave. Steve, name it Steve. No, sorry, but you can have the next one. So, Nanny, remind me, the next train is going to be called Steve.
You're the boss.
Well, no, Mega Ultra Dave is the boss. That's the
I was talking to him.
Oh, you were talking to him? Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. All right, so we are. I'm pretty sure that we're on American rules. So, well, I'm going to run it on American rules. So I'm going to have my signal for going up here. I'm going to have my signal on this side. So the train's going to go up on this side and then come back on this side. Now, what I should do so that you can to illustrate this, at the moment, the train's just going to go on this track. Okay, and it needs signals in order to know to do anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this is going to be a one-way signal, right? And so you can only go one way up that way, right? And you have to pause at this signal before the until the next stretch of track, the next section of track is free, right? So what we want to do is the same thing on this piece of track. So down here, put in a signal about there, so that if the train's coming in this direction, it'll wait at this signal until this section of track is free. Okay? So what should happen is the two trains should come. They should come onto this passing piece of track, one on one side, one on the other side, and they should just like pass each other. That's how it should work. Should we see if it works like that? Yeah, unlikely. We'll see. So the Ron Jeremy meets the Dirk Diggler. This is going to be fun. All right, let's.
I know maybe it's a little bit, egotistic, but every time you say that name, it sounds like you say giggler.
No, it's not the Giggler. I'm not going to let you enjoy that. Sorry. So I want to put this on the line. I'm only teasing you, woman. God, she's so sensitive. Have you gone quiet now?
No. I'm just muting myself because you told me not to giggle on your channel.
No, I don't want you giggling. It's all the other stuff. It's all the associated noises that go along with it. But the giggling's fine. All right. So we've put the Ron Jeremy on the line. So I think we can let this.
Steve.
Sorry, go on.
You need to make a Steve.
No, the next train.
Yes. Just reminding you. You said remind me. So I just reminded you.
Yeah, but remind me when I get another train. We've got two trains and they've both got names. The next train is going to be called Steve. Try and keep up.
I am. It's more.
So the Ron Jeremy is going to pop into that station. Now, the Dirk Diggler, on the other hand, back here, has already loaded up with...
has it now?
Nothing. What's gone wrong? Well, this is going to take time to process that oil. Okay? Now, you can see that it's creating both oil and fuel because it's very, very stupid and it doesn't know which it needs. So this first load of oil is going to get processed into half oil. So this is crude oil. It processes half into refined oil and half into fuel, right? Now we only want the fuel, but there's no way to tell it to just produce fuel. So you just have to kind of live with this. But once we start taking fuel, it'll figure it out and it'll go, oh, you want fuel, and it'll just produce fuel. So it'll work itself out. But this produces fairly slowly initially, right? Because it's right at the moment it's got a production rate of 26. This eventually will go up to 100, and if we keep it at that level, eventually this will double to 200, and then eventually double again to 400, which is the maximum. So, yeah. So that's happening, but there's no point, I don't think there's any point waiting for this to process the oil. You might as well just run back, because by the time the next train gets up here, then we'll have a load of fuel ready. So by the time this train, the Ron Jeremy, gets up there, we'll have a load of fuel ready for this one to bring back. Although it'll probably only be like half a train's worth because of the whole oil and fuel nonsense. So I think at this point, we could probably speed this up a bit. Don't you think? Yeah, go on. Let's speed it up. So we've got 345,000. We've just gone into 1855. Now, on January the 1st of each year, you will pay your interest. This is the interest on your loan, and it was 30,000 each year, and then obviously we've borrowed another million. So we've gone from 2 million to 3 million. So now we're paying 45,000 per year. We're also paying the running costs on our vehicles and track and buildings, but that's only like 50,000 a year. Okay.
So
Now
the
that's
fourth train.
sorry.
The fourth train you're making.
Yeah.
Can I name that one?
You want to name a train?
Yes, I am trying to be, engaging in this game.
Engaging. Yeah, I think you mean engaged.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. You know what? I'm going to put it to the guys. Should we let Nanny Giggles name a train?
Okay.
Guys, say no. It's going to be a rubbish name. Don't let her do it. We'll see. We'll see what the guys say. The thing is, Nanny's going to count the votes, so I think I know which way this is going to go. Oh, I love these early steam trains. They are so staggeringly cool. You know, I'm just going to jump on board. Oh, now, here is our passing place. So, the Dirk Diggler has already reached this point, right? And it's waiting for the Ron Jeremy. There we go, the meeting of the Ron Jeremy and the Dirk Diggler. Bet you never thought you'd see that. At least not on this channel. So, now that that stretch of track is clear, this the Dirk Diggler is released. That's going to run down there. The Ron Jeremy is going to whiz along here.
People are requesting speed.
They're requesting what?
Speed.
Speed the game a little.
When-
Yeah. Okay. So let's crank it up. Let's run it on. Run it on fast.
There's some yeses. Yes. Hell yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ah, see, they don't listen to me. They only listen to you.
But first you need to name Steve.
Yeah, the next train's going to be Steve.
Mm.
Okay, you know what? This bit is really cool. Going through the trees.
Yeah, just once. Okay. I can name a train just once.
This is very cool. I do like this.
No, I don't have the Giggle Express in this game. Is this in that?
I think he's saying you are the Giggles Express.
Oh. Yeah, but that's on your other map, isn't it?
It is. That's on the EPEC map.
Don't confuse me, please.
It's pretty easily done. Okay, now before these pull into the stations, why didn't I just say like have one train running backwards and forwards? Why have I put a second train on? Well, the second part of the equation is the frequency with which the trains are collecting the products from the stations. Now, if the trains are too infrequent, this production number will drop. Okay? So, if there's too much of the product sitting at a station waiting to be shipped, the factory will go, okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna slow down production, right? And that's not good. You need to keep production high so that you get these limits raised, so that you keep producing more, keep producing more, keep producing more. That is the general plan. So if we have a look down here, what do we got at this station? We have got 30 oil sitting here. This has just loaded up with 25 oil, right? Alex Barton, you naughty man. A £2 super chat donation. Thank you very much for the donation. And he says, "Fook the patriarchy." I'm not saying anything. I'm keeping stum. I'm keeping out of it. Anyway, so yeah, so we got 30 oil sitting there, right? This is already loaded up. It's 25. So we've already got 30 oil sitting there. Now this is going to carry on producing for a while, but if we get too much oil sitting there, this will stop producing, which we kind of want to avoid. So let's let things run. Now how much fuel did we manage to produce up here? You're just about to arrive How much of oil have we fuel have we got? Answer: none. Why? Because it's sitting in it. I don't know why it does this, but it's produced some fuel, but it's just sitting here. It's not. It hasn't figured out that it can actually send it over here yet. So we're giving it more oil. Are you going to figure out the line usage and actually transfer it over there? It is in range, so that's not a problem. And we've got a $3 donation from Corpse Hatch. Thank you very much, Corpse Hatch. He wants a station named Roller Girl. Really? Okay, fine.
People are just so generous to you.
They are. They're staggeringly generous. I love my supporters. They're wonderful, wonderful people. So this is going to be the Roller Girl exchange. I don't know what you would exchange a Roller Girl for, but there you go. Roller Girl exchange. Boom, done. If anybody else wants to name anything in the game, throw me up a super chat and I'll do it for you. All right. So did we get any fuel to ship back?
When
No,
are you
we
gonna
didn't.
make the third train?
When I've got a need for one.
But when do you know when you need it?
I'll explain when I get to that point. But right now we've got a problem because this is saying line usage no, and I don't know why it's saying line usage no. Yeah, there's plenty of connectivity. It'll get there eventually, but you do get this happening sometimes, and this is why you want to be very careful with your money in the early part of the game, because these little technical things can set you back if you haven't left yourself enough leeway. Production's now at 32 and going up 34. That's nice. Right, see, it's turned the first 21 oil. Sorry, the first 43. It's still splitting it between oil and fuel, but it's not transferring it to the station just yet. It will get there. Production's up to 40, but that is going to drop down as soon as it runs out of oil, and we haven't got that much oil. We've only got like 4 left, 3. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crank it up. Now, eventually this will figure out that it needs to be putting the fuel onto here. But it's not going to do that until it's actually got somewhere to send it to, right? So if I go back over here, and what we need to do is we need to hook up a destination for that fuel. That's why it's not putting it on the line. I've just realised because I'm a freaking idiot. So yeah, we need a destination for the oil. So the closest destination is gonna be, I guess, Ashby Wolds, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put in, I'm just gonna put in a, am I gonna put in a truck route? Am I gonna put a truck route or am I gonna put a train route? You know
Wake
what?
up and read the chat.
Sorry, what?
Need the man.
Yeah, no, they're saying the same thing that I just saying now. Are they saying anything else? No. All right, moving on. Was there anything else, Nanny? No? Oh my God. Serious, guys, it's like talking to a wall sometimes. I said, is there anything else, Nanny? Other than them telling me what I just told them, because there's a 30-second delay.
Yeah, that was what I started
Okay.
talking
Good. Alrighty. Am I going to do it with trucks or am I going to do a train? I suppose I could do a train link. I suppose. How loopy is this? Now, you know what? I'm gonna do a truck route because I think probably you will want to start off with truck routes. So we'll get onto train routes later. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a road up here because you want pretty straight routes. You don't want to be doing like going all up there and then going up there. You want pretty straight routes. So I'm going to run a road up here. And again, you run it in short segments because you want to follow the terrain because it'll cost you a lot less. Unless it's like a really steep bit, in which case you'll want to put in a cutting. But for this, it should be fine. So I'm just going to carry on running this up straight like this. And
Say hi to Lisa C.
oh, Lisa C's here. Hi, Lisa. How you doing? Hugs to Lisa. Right. What I want to do is hook up to this road. What I'm actually going to do is delete a small section of this road like that. And then I'm going to have this road connect straight. And you know what? I'm really tempted to take this kink out of here. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm just going to straighten this road up like that. Yeah, it's fine. Actually, no, it's not. I'm gonna run it to say there and then there, and then I'm gonna run this road into here like this. There we go. Okay, so this is the main road, and then they won't pause here or have to slow down or anything. Oh, but my good lord, we got 2 super chats coming in very close succession. Was the word I was looking for. We've got Lucas Bomved, I would think, and oh, look at that, Danish kroner, Nanny.
So
10 Danish kroner. Thank you very much, Lucas. And but no comment. I don't know whether you typed something and Super Chat just hasn't put it up. If that's the case, Lucas, Nanny, look out for Lucas's next comment. And we'll read out your next comment.
But you have to use 20 krona to get a
Oh yeah. It's a minute. It's a $2 US equivalent. But I don't care about that, Lucas.
Okay.
Just whatever comment you wanted, just put it in a regular comment, and Nanny will tell me and read it out. Okay. I think that's fair enough, don't you, Nanny?
Yes, I'm on it.
Because we're nice, kind people.
I don't know about you.
Well, I am. Can't speak for you, Nanny. Alan Gann. Hello, Alan. If we were on the EPEC map, I'd show you the Alan Gann. The Alan Gann is one of the mallards running up and down the Chudley Valley on the EPEC map. So I remember these things. Alan says a $2 super chat. £2. 2 great British pounds. Lovely pound sterling. Says name a train, the money shot. Guys, wait until I've actually got some more trains to name. So we've already got the 3rd and the. Nanny's going to name the 4th, and then that's going to be the 5th. You're going to have to keep it. Have you got a pen and paper, Nanny?
1 second, I'm gonna get it. Hold on.
See, I've got a pen and paper. I'm not going to tell her that though. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm going to set up this this route to ship some stuff up there. I'm also going to ship some stuff up to Yarmouth. Now, I think that this is straight enough to go up to Yarmouth, so that's fine. So I'm also going to want to go ultimately down to South Molton, but I think once we start shipping it down there, I'm probably going to do it with a train line. And then Oakham, I'm not sure about. I'm not sure how we're going to ship it out to Oakham, but we're going to do these first 2 first. So I am going to take a freight depot, and I think I'm probably just going to use a small one for now. Yeah, I think I'm probably just going to use a small one. Now, where am I going to put this darn thing? Well, I'm going to be shipping up here, and I'm also going to be shipping up here. So what I'm going to do is put in a little cross piece here. So if I put in my station, my truck station, say maybe there, like that.
So you do like playing this train game?
Yeah.
Mm?
What do I
Do
like
you
playing?
like going on a train ride in real life?
Yeah. Yeah, why wouldn't I? Absolutely.
Like, do you prefer train rides over buses?
Yeah, I would say generally. I mean, it kind of depends on the journey, doesn't it, really? But yeah, I would suppose, like generally, yeah, I prefer trains over most forms of travel. And then we want to run this round here, something like that, probably. Now, again, what I should probably do is delete a section of track. You know what? I might even do that. In fact, I'm going to do that.
So the only thing I've seen from Lucas is that he wrote, "I love that you make the train transport fever map beautiful and profitable at the same time."
Oh, thank you, Lucas. Yeah, I mean, I think. I mean, can you play Transport Fever like just as a tycoon game and not bother making it pretty or anything? Yeah, absolutely, you can do. But
Oh, and then he also wrote name a station, Lucas Bondil.
sorry, say that again.
He just asked you to name a station after his own name.
Which is Lucas with a K, right?
Bondville? Bontville?
Lucas Bontved. There you go. Lucas Bontved. Oh, no, I've missed out the S. There we go. Lucas Bontved. Boom, done.
And you got a new super chat.
And we've got 2 new super chats, actually. We've got one from good old JTN. JTN, where have you been? He says, Sky, I'm back. Put the JTN 2002, or 2002, whichever you prefer, on the roads. Yeah, all right, let me put these trucks in, and I will. Now, I would recommend, guys, that this early in the game, like especially if you're new to the game, you shouldn't be doing terrain smoothing at this point because you need all your money. But because I can't stop myself, I'm going to do a little bit of smoothing. So but I'm not going to do very much. I'm just going to do a little bit because it's terrain manipulation like this is quite expensive. So we'll just do a little bit of it. There we go. Just to make it not horrible. There we go. That'll do. And then because I can't stop myself, like that little bit there is annoying me. We shrink it down and just. Oh, come on. There we go. Got rid of it. Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. All right. So Burning Stoner's music, a $5 donation. Thank you very much, Burning Stoner. Much love for the years of content. Psyched for the collab tomorrow. And if anybody's going, well, what collab? Tomorrow night, 7 till 10. Sky Storm and Colonel Failure talking Transport Fever 2. Oh, hell yeah. Do not miss that. Do not miss that. All right, so we've now got the truck station, right? What we need are some trucks. So let's get some trucks bought. What do I want? I want a depot. And I'm going to go for... isn't there a way to get... Oh, no, I need the mod to get the old style depots, I think. Yeah, I do. Okay, well, never mind. Right, I just want this to like put in somewhere like where it's like cheap and doesn't deform the terrain too much. So you can see like normally this will cost like around 15,000, maybe even less, 14, 13.
I did something right.
Yeah, I saw that. This is.
I didn't mention it.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for the sound effect. This is Daniel. Daniel Rivera. Hi, Daniel. Daniel is one of my Patreon supporters. Very, very nice guy. Daniel says, looking forward to London 2.0. Yeah, I am looking forward to London 2.0, let me tell you. And for anybody that doesn't know, yes, Building London is coming back, and it's coming back as a 2.0. So I'm rebooting the series, and instead of doing it the way that I did it before, which was fun and it was cool, and I loved doing the series. The thing that I kept running into, like if you watch that series, the problem that I kept running into was that I was doing it at a 4:1 map ratio, and I want to do it at a 1:1 map ratio, so I can actually put in all the train stations, all the underground stations, all the buildings, you know, exactly the way that they should be. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that series is gonna be coming to you hopefully fairly soon. Now, here's a tip to save you a little bit of money. Now, to be honest, like, is it really significant? No, but like, if you are desperate for cash, don't hook these directly to the road, because it'll cost you more cash. Because what it does is when it connects to the road, it adapts to the level of the road. Okay, so like that's 12,000 if I put that there. But if I hook it up to the road, look, it goes to 16,000. Okay, so what you can do is you can actually set it back from the road like there. So that cost me 12,000. And then how much is it going to cost to hook up a little road? Well, it's still gonna cost me like pretty much the same thing, because the terrain's a little bit up there. If you look for a flatter bit, I could do that cheaper, but it is what it is. Let's join that up. Okay, let's buy some vehicles. Buy road vehicles. What do we want? We want these horse wagons, which take bloomin' forever. They're very, very slow. So we're gonna want a bunch of these. And we're gonna want 2 routes. So let's put a couple of routes in. We want 2 routes. The first route is gonna run from this station to somewhere in here. Now, this is a tip. That last tip was kind of rubbish, so let me give you a good tip. You don't need to put these depots in towns, okay? And putting the depots in towns is very, very expensive, right? Like, so if I try and put a truck station in the middle of this town, like if I try and put that there, and can I just point out that Daniel Rivera's was a $25 donation. Thank you very much for that, Daniel.
Good night, Dave.
Oh, is Dave off? Night, Mega Ultra Dave. What time is it? My God, it's 10 o'clock already. Good Lord. I would have been yakking for a couple of minutes.
You didn't give me like a time.
Well, I want to stream it until 11 o'clock my time, which is, I know it's midnight, so if you need to go, if you're tired, I totally understand, Nanny.
You don't want me here?
That's not what I said. So anyway, you can see that to place this, I'd have to knock down buildings, which is going to cost hundreds of thousands. Not a good plan. But you don't need to do that. All you need to do is put in a passenger bus stop. And you can drop cargo off. You can't pick up, but you can drop cargo off at a passenger bus stop. Right, now we're dropping off oil. We're dropping off fuel. Okay, now fuel is dropped off to industrial. If we turn on the RCI, we can see the green is residential, the blue is commercial, and the yellow is industrial. Okay, so we want to cover as much of the industrial as possible. Now, to be honest, if you put it pretty much in the center, then you're going to pick up probably pretty much everything, right? And if we decide to ship other stuff later on, then it's going to be a good thing to have this in the middle. So let's see. My wagons are going to be on that side, I think. So you know what? I'm going to put in a double. I'm going to put in a bus stop either side. It'll be fine. Now this bit of road here, I actually want that to join up and be a square. But what I'd really like is for this road to be a bit straighter rather than extending out here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the smallest road that I've got, which is this small country road. Now, if I try to demolish this, it's going to demolish some houses, or well, in this case, factories, which are damn expensive. Look, to demolish that would cost me like 176,000. So what I'm going to do is take a little road, and I'm just going to run a little spur off, which is only going to cost me like a couple of thousand. Right, boom. And then I will be able to delete this end section, right? Then delete that, right? And now I can extend this out. I'm going to use medium street if I can. So then we can have this running, say, up like that. Okay. Now the reason for doing that is so rather than having it join up out there, hopefully this bus stop should cover most of this, and that will give us a lot of coverage. So that's good. All right, so that's that town. We'll do the same. Where are we going? We're doing Ashby Wolds there, and we're doing Yarmouth over this side, aren't we? Yeah. So let's do Yarmouth now. The industry is over this side. The commercial is pretty much in the centre. So we'll probably be a little bit biased. But see, here, we really could do with this road joining up to here so that we've got this central bit connected. But of course...
Mike Hillman is here.
Oh, hi, Mike. Ha ha! Mike. Mike is Honkelbriff, for those who don't know. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to knock down this building. Now that's going to cost me like quite a bit of money, but I think in the long run it's going to be worth doing. It's going to cost me 100,000 to knock it down, but I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to take a small country road, take a little section, delete that, and then I can run this up to there like that. Cool. And then I'm going to get my bus stop, which I'm going to put somewhere up here. So let's see. Probably going to want it about there. I do want to cover the industry more than I want to cover the commercial. So I am going to move it a little bit so that I cover all of this. So let's put it in, say, there. And I'm going to put the opposite side in as well. All right, cool. So now, a couple of lines. So we want to go from... which one was I doing? I was doing that one. This one's going to go up to... From there, up to this bus station and back. And then this one is going to go from there up to this bus station and back. Or this bus stop, I should say. All right, cool. So, done. What do we want now? We want vehicles to put on these lines. So I am gonna buy. What am I gonna get? I'm gonna get probably something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I've run out of cash. I'm gonna have to borrow another 500,000. Borrow 500,000. There we go.
I actually have a question.
Do you? Go on, shoot.
Do you want to? Okay. Like, how much can you like micromanage in this game?
You can micromanage like pretty much everything in this game. You can micromanage it as much as you want to. One of the things I love. I think I'm going to put like initially, these carry 4. They've got a capacity of 4. So I think I'm going to put like 5 wagons on each truck line. Yeah. So we'll set those on line 1. And then we'll buy another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll put those on line 2. I'm probably going to buy some more later, but that'll do for now. Okay, so that's that. Right. Now, as soon as this gets over here, we should find... I'm going to turn these plus and minuses off now because they get a little bit annoying. We should find... Hang on. In fact, let's go over here. We should find that this will then register this line. It probably won't do it until maybe the first of the month, but it might do it when this.
I think it's time for like a reminder of why you're doing first map, because there are a lot of new people here.
Okay, the reason I am doing this is to show people how to make money in the very, very early game, because a lot of people have been saying that they've been struggling, they've been going bankrupt. So I'm just showing you how you can make money in the very early game. So let me get these two lines set up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say wait for a full load and wait for a full load. Okay. So these trucks are going to wait for a full load before they go and trot off, because it is a long way to go completely empty, and you'll waste a lot of money. You remember, you pay less maintenance for vehicles when they're standing still than when they're moving. It's quite a lot of money, so it's worth doing this. Okay, so what the hell was I doing? Yeah, so we can let this run now, I think. And I'm actually going to speed it up. So these guys are going to go up here, and they should wait. Hooray! They are waiting. Okay, we've still got line usage no, but I'm guessing that by the time we get up to the 1st of next month, this should turn to yes with a bit of luck. And no, still no. Come on. Still line usage no. Oh, come on, come on, come on. This is still producing, so that's good. So the frequency of our trains is okay. We just need this damn thing to actually start to recognise the line. Come on, recognise the line, will ya? No. No, it's not going to do it. Oh, man. Now, the problem with holding the trucks is that there is a limit on how long that they'll wait, right? Now, this limit is actually set. Why it's put in here, I don't know, but it's in this vehicles section. And it's got a maximum waiting time, which goes up to unlimited, right? Making your vehicles wait an unlimited amount of time. I mean, with trucks, you can, to be honest, maybe get away with it. But you do need to be worried about like how many vehicles you've got queuing and stuff like that, because you can create traffic jams and things, which is not a good thing. So I think we'll probably set like a 10-minute wait time on both of these lines. So 10-minute wait time and a 10-minute wait time. But what I'm going to do now, here's an example of the micromanagement. I'm actually going to turn these around and turn you around. Any more gone? No. And what about this side? Let's turn you around and turn you around. Okay, go. Now, you didn't turn around, did you? Oh, because I did twice on the same one. Instead of once on both of them. There we go. That one's gone. Come back. Don't want you running off just yet. Still line usage no. What the hell is wrong with this line? I hate it when it does this, and it always does this to me when I'm not like videoing it. It works just perfectly, and as soon as I try to video it, I get things like this. Come on, just recognise the damn line and put the stuff on there, will you? Let's have a look at this. We've got oil sitting there. Sorry, we've got crude oil sitting there. We've got fuel sitting there. But it won't recognise this line, and it won't put the damn stuff on there. Line usage, no. Certainly within range. Now, hang on, what's this saying? Sandy Bridge Oil Refinery. It's saying there is some kind of problem. If I mouse over this, try to ship more items. That's just because it's full. Right, but we can't ship your items unless you actually put them on the bloomin' station. Lemon. Still line usage no. Oh man. Hopefully somebody in the chat is going to point out like what I have done wrong at this point. I may actually need to let one of these vehicles go to complete the route, because that might trigger it.
They say it's too far from the station.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's well within range. You can see the white line extends in and goes all the way around here. So it's well within range. So it's not that.
But I can't see that yet.
Yeah, they'll see it in a second. Oh, come on, you stupid line.
You know, you really should like put like a new screen up for me so I could see what you're actually doing.
No.
I have to sit and wait.
No, I really
30
shouldn't.
seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna let these trucks go, because it may be that if I let them go so that they complete the line connection, that maybe this will recognise it, but such a pain. Such a pain. While I think about it, I'm going to put this.
They keep saying
right
truck stop too far from the station
Yeah, and they're
in
wrong.
the chat.
And
Delete one.
yeah, and they're wrong. So let's put that
Oh,
in
shoot,
there.
messenger.
No, there we go. Sorry? What was that?
I just said, don't shoot the messenger.
What? I just said no. It's not. The truck station
But
is.
people
The
keep
truck
saying it.
station's really close, right? You can see
I
that.
can't see it.
I know you can't, but they will. Like when they hear me saying this, they'll get it. So you can see that these white lines extend all the way in, right? This is well within range. You can see the white lines from this truck station extend all the way down, like to there. That's the range of this truck station. It's well within range. So it's not that.
By the way,
What?
people are telling you to be nice to me.
Why on earth would I want to do that?
Because you love me. Remember?
Rubbish. Oh, it's too far from the train station. Yep, no, they're right. It's too far from the train station. Yeah, they're absolutely right. See, the thing is, I've kind of done this differently. See, this is the thing with changing the way you do things. I normally would never put the train station this far away from here, and I did it. See, I would never start off with a through station. I always start off with a terminal station, like very close to the oil refinery. And that's why. See, I don't think about these things, but people are absolutely right. Because this is picking up the oil from the train station, not from here. This needs to be in range of this, which it is not. They're absolutely right. So I need to move this, which is, gotta say, a little bit of a bloomin' pain. But how short are we? Not very is the answer. We only need to be like that much closer. So I'm thinking, if I move it down to here, it might be close enough. Or I could, I don't really want to move that road. Yeah, man, what a pain. I should have put this, like, further up here. You know what? I'm kind of tempted to do that. You know what? I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So, oh, yeah, no, well, no, I am going to, no, am I? No. Oh. No, I'm going to have to move that damn train. Oh, good Lord. I hate doing this. Drives me crazy. I'm going to have to move this stupid truck station down here. Which is really, really annoying. And I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed I'm not even going to worry about the fact it's going to cost me 50 grand to put this bloomin' thing in. It'd be cheaper on the other side. Oh, yeah, it'd be a lot cheaper on the other side. So apparently I am going to worry about it. Right, so let's put it down. Now, will it pick up the... No. I don't think it has. No. Damn it. Okay.
Oh, you should look in the chat right now. I love the people in the chat right now.
What? She was right. What do you mean she was right? Nanny doesn't. Randy's reading from the comments. She doesn't know
Oh,
what on
messenger
earth
would
anybody's
like-
talking about.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Who am I?
Okay.
Who's the Nanny Giggle? That's me.
Oh, no, I didn't have the game running. So, hang on, where's the?
Sky,
I want to
somebody
pick up.
asked
I want
who
to pick up the
Nanny
lines
Giggle.
automatically, but I don't think it's going to because it looks like it's disappeared. Oh, good grief!
Sky,
That's even more annoying. Go on. What?
somebody asked who Nanny Giggles is.
Who's Nanny Giggles? Nanny Giggles is the person I'm talking to. Why don't you tell them who Nanny Giggles is?
It's
Why
a
ask me
channel. I need an introduction.
No,
I
you,
wanted it.
you really don't. All right, so
Oh.
let's put this stupid blooming truck station in. It's caused so much havoc. Where am I? So, I hate this truck station now. I'm really annoyed with this. So, truck station. Now I've got to put the stupid blooming lines back in again. Line 1 and line 2. So you're going to go from, instead of there, you're going to go to, see that, why didn't that pick that up and move it? The hell?
Alex is
That is
asking
so
you,
weird.
can you get hand cars?
Can you get what?
Hand
What the hell are hand cars? I've no idea. I've no idea, Alex. Mike Hillman, money is no object. Yeah, kind of. Well, this has been so bloomin' annoying, but yeah,
But you
it
could
is
just
what
have
it is.
listened to what I said to you. You told me to read the chat and you don't listen.
Yeah,
So
but
it's like,
you have
then
to.
it's
So this
like
is the
on
thing.
the
You have to
top now.
understand. You have to understand what they're saying so that you can say, no. It's too far from the train
no,
station.
no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I did read that out loud, that it was too far away from the train station.
Yeah, but you didn't make the, because I was doing it to the oil well, which you didn't realise. That's the difference.
So,
You could have gone, no. See, if you knew it, you'd have gone, no, not the oil well, the train station. And then I'd gone,
yeah. but
oh,
I didn't
you're
see that.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. I need to change that. All right, so that's in now. Get rid of that. And now the damn thing should actually freaking work. Wouldn't that be nice? All right, so where are we? So we've got line usage now. We'll probably have to go up to the first of the month. And still no. Okay. We may. Did I do set the? That's set to wait for full load. Let's set that to wait for full load as well.
Okay, soccer gaming stuff.
Finally, yes. What did Soccer Gaming write? Please read this guy.
Please read this.
Shush.
And then he's just like,
Yeah, that's not happening.
commenting the same thing.
All right, now we've sorted that ridiculous crap out. God, I hate it when I screw up something ridiculously simple like that. So now this is actually producing the fuel. Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. Finally. So let's see. How much fuel did you just pick up? You just picked up 13 or 15. Okay, so hopefully the next train load that comes up here, the next train that comes up here, yes, we'll pick up a full load of fuel. Hooray! In fact, there's going to be more than a full load of fuel. How much oil have we got sitting up here at this station? We have got like 46. Now that is almost 2 train loads worth. Right, so at this point we could think of having our next train. Now, if we run a third train, then we're going to have to change our track layout. And I think at the point where you're adding a third train, you really need to be double tracking the line because it just makes sense. So let's see. So you're coming down here. Which train is this? This is the I don't know which one's which. Oh, this is the Dirk Diggler. And you are going to pick up 25 fuel. So now we are running backwards and forwards full. Okay? So
And I
now...
have supported you.
How what?
People are in the chat.
What of you? It's because they hate me. Let's jump
Guys.
on board jump on board the Dirk Diggler. Let's get rid of that. I need to put in the JTN 2002, which you didn't remind me of. Ha. You'll do. Actually, no. I'm gonna. Where's road vehicle 1? I want vehicles. Road vehicle 1. This is going to be JTN 2002. Boom. There you go, JTN. All done. Cool.
What did you just name?
What did I just name it? JTN 2002.
What's that? A train?
No, it's a road vehicle, which was requested by JTN 2002. You've got one job, read the chat, and you don't know what I'm doing. We had a super chat. We had a super chat from JTN 2002 saying, please set me up the first road vehicle.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
apologize.
yes, exactly. Now, if you look at these road vehicles over here, I seriously, Nanny, I can't understand a word you're. I've got to get you a better freaking microphone ASAP. Slow down. Say it again.
I'm so sorry. I will try to speak better.
Thank you.
I do apologize for my low equipment.
That's okay. We forgive you. Right, over here you can now see that the fuel is being shipped by these road vehicles. Look at this. They're carrying fuel to the cities finally. Hooray. And there was much freaking rejoicing about that. Certainly from me. All right. And look, our production has now gone up. We've gone over we've doubled our 100 limit to 200, which is awesome sauce. This is so this has also gone over. Oh no, it hasn't. Yeah, no. 5 months. 5 months, and this will double. So that's awesome. All right, so we're looking good. Now the question is, are we actually going to make some profits? And that's what this has all been about. It's like, how do you make a profit in the early game? Well, let's have a look. Let's see how we're doing. So, in 1858, we actually made a profit of $500,000. Yay! Much rejoicing. We are now in 1859. It's January. We're going into February. And I'm just going to let it run. Now, at the beginning of the year, 1st of January, we paid our loan interest, which is currently $52,000. Right? So you kind of start the year down $50,000. And then what happens is, as you go through the year, I mean, it takes months for these guys to complete this journey. So here we go. They're going to come in. This is going to give us $250,000. That's going to put us into profit. The other one will arrive and probably give us another $250,000. There you go, another $250,000. So we're now up 300,000. Now, how much profit we make in the year is going to depend whether they can complete a run all the way here and all the way back in the same year. And I'm thinking that, yeah, they probably should be able to. So I'm thinking that this year we might make, yeah, probably sort of around the same kind of level, I would think. Now, if at this point you're making like $500,000 a year, that's fine, because you're more than covering your loan interests, so you're making a decent profit. Here they are. They're getting to the midpoint. Did you like? So yeah, they're easily going to complete this in this financial year. I'm thinking, you know what? I think we might be making more like 600,000, because this one is full of fuel. This one's full of oil, so we're going to make $500,000 when they drop off. So yeah, we could be between 600,000 and 700,000, something like that, maybe.
Oh, can you
We're
tell?
end of September. Sorry?
Can you tell Mike? Mike Hillman. He's like, Nanny. Has Guy not bought you your new microphone yet? Will you have to have some words with him? Can you explain them?
Nanny is going to inherit my the microphone that I'm talking to you on right now. In actual fact, I'm replacing that, and Nanny's going to have this one. But I just haven't swapped it out yet. So we are coming up to the end of December. I said it'd be between 600,000 and 700,000, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be 639, and boom, we go to January the 1st, 639,000. So yeah, we're making over 500,000 just by running 2 trains and a few trucks. Okay, now we want to make more than this, and let's see, how much fuel have we got sitting down here? Well, we've got loads of fuel sitting down here. Okay, so like far more than our trains can carry. So the next thing we want to do is upgrade our trains so that they can carry more stuff. Now, how fast are these trains? They're running at 40 kilometers an hour at the moment. What's the max that they can run at? The answer is their top speed is 40 kilometers per hour. Okay, so they're running at top speed, so they can carry more than this. And remember, they're at top speed with a full load. Okay, so we can bump them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the line. Where's the line? Let's come over here. I'm going to bring up the line. Boogie Nights oil. So this, you know what? See, the problem with this is that all oil belongs to Honkelbrief. So that's a bit of a problem. This is going to have to be Honkelbrief Boogie Nights oil. So Mike, you're the colonel. This is going to be Honkelbrief Boogie Nights oil. It's just a rule on my channel for those of you who don't. I've spelled that wrong. Honkelbrief. There we go. It's a rule. All oil belongs to Honkelbrief. Boom, done. But yeah, apparently he's now in Boogie Nights. Right. So yeah, we've got tons of oil sitting here. So we want to improve our trains. So we're going to go to replacements. And I'm going to say I want to replace these trains with one of those. Yeah, one of those. And I'm going to crank this up. This will probably pull like 10 wagons. But am I? You know what? I'm gonna probably do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and you can see that even at 10 wagons, this isn't exceeding 80 meters, which is the smallest platform. So you could run this with very small platforms if you really wanted to. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say replace now. This is going to cost me 2 million to replace these 2 trains. I've only got 1.3, so I'm going to have to borrow some more money. So borrow another 500,000 and another 500,000. So I've now got 2.3 million. So yes, boom. All right, cool. Close that down, close that down, close that down. Let it run. Now, where's the train? Oh, there they are.
Can I talk while you do this?
Yep.
Okay, so Mike Hillman says, so Nanny gets Guy's second-hand leftovers. I see how it works. But I really look forward to it because I do want to, like, I don't want to put the quality of your work down. So I, like...
Not only is she
nice.
getting my cast-off microphone, she's also getting a cast-off PC. And cast-off graphics card.
Cast-off. It's like a really, really good PC.
Okay, hang on, Nanny. So you can see the train has automatically upgraded with the new wagons that I told it to get. So now this thing is carrying 50 oil instead of 25, which means that instead of us making 250,000 per journey, we're now going to be making 500,000 per journey. So I would anticipate, let's say we're in the middle of the year, So this year we'll probably make like an extra. Yeah, I mean we might make 1 million this year. Yeah, we might make 1 million this year. Next year we should make, let's see, 2 trips. Well, next year we'll definitely make 1 million. Maybe this year we'll make like between 8 and 900,000. So yeah, we'll see. Oh no, it'd be doubled. So 500,000, 2 trips each. Oh my God, we might be making some quite serious money next year. This is going to be interesting to see. Sorry, Nanny, go on.
No, don't worry. I was just being like humble and thanking you and being super nice to you. But if you don't like that, that's okay. I can be quiet.
Yeah, but I know that you're only being nice to me until I send you the PC, and then you'll be back to normal.
Oh, that's so harsh. And I don't know what to say back to you. It's so annoying.
Yeah, and you can't be nasty. But you know what? She's going to exact her revenge. She's got to be nice to me until I send her this PC. And as soon as she gets it, then she's going to be like, right, now I will exact my revenge. Now, you might be looking at 1860. We've just gone into 1861. You might be looking at 1860 and going, hang on a second, Sky. You've just lost 2 million. Yeah, it's because that's what we spent on the trains. Okay? And we had to pay the extra maintenance on those new trains and blah, 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 blah. Let's look at what we make this year. And also, we just made the delivery just after January the 1st. So this money didn't go into the previous year. So this year, we're going to have a bumper year. Because I'm guessing we'll do at least 2. We might do, I don't know whether we're going to do like 3 deliveries this year or it might be like 2.5. We'll see. But we're already up 745,000. So, but yeah, we are going to be making millions. Now, if I hadn't faffed around so much and I'd actually kept the game paused and all the rest of it, we should have been doing this like 8 years ago. But hey, well, maybe not 8 years ago, but certainly like 6 years earlier. And once you've got this kind of profit coming in, you'll rapidly find that you can expand. But your next line, the line you put in after this is kind of your cash cow line. I would recommend that you put in, like, especially if you're relatively new to the game, that you do another cash cow line like this, so that you're definitely going to be making like lots of money. So I think your first 2 lines should be an oil line like this, and then a food line. But when you do your food trains, I want to go to there. I want to go to here. When you do your food trains, make sure that you don't use the open wagons for grain. Make sure that you use the goods wagons for livestock, because they carry livestock and food, whereas the open wagons only carry grain. So, and if you do that with your first 2 lines, have an oil line like this and a food line, then you're going to be making, you're going to be making millions. And then the game becomes pretty darned easy. Where are we? We're coming up to the end of the year. So yeah, we're now making like 1.5 million a year. And when you're making this money, now what you should do, here's a tip. Before the end of the year, so when you get up to like, late December, back in 63, here we go. So December the 29th, what I'm going to do, I'm going to repay part of my loan. So I'm going to repay this loan as much as I can, right? Because the loan interest is paid on the 1st of January. Okay, so if I now run this on to the 1st of January, so last year I paid 67,500. If I run this forward now to the 1st of January, boom, I've now paid 45,000 interest, and we've got a new train, the Borsig and the Bavarian car. But what I can do, if I now borrow that money back again, right, then all you have to do is make sure that you repay as much of it back as possible over that January the 1st period. Yeah, so you want to repay as much of it as possible before January the 1st, and then after January the 1st you want to borrow it again. That's fine. So there you go.
How many trains do you have now?
How many trains? I have 2 trains at the moment. What I want to do before the end of the stream, where are we? I've got half an hour. What I want to do is double track this and double up the train so that I'm running 4 trains. That's
Yeah, because you really need not your patrons, but your super chat. You really need to get those 2 in.
Yeah,
I think that's the most
important. Absolutely. So let's run. Come on. God, this is so annoying. Let's run you round like. Where does that track? Why won't you blimmin' stick to the track, you stupid piece of... Look. Won't stick to the track. Okay, there you will. Alright. I'm going to put a little bit of track in like that. I'm going to pause because I'm going to double track this. So, let's put in like that. That's fine. Run that round like that. So what I'm now doing is double tracking this. Let's run you to there. There we go. And now what I'm going to have to do, where I've got the passing place, is just remove a little section at the end and hook it up to the passing place track. Then go up here, remove this bit of track there, which is also removing the signals, by the way. So I need to put my signals back in. And can I go all the way to the end now? Yeah, I think I probably can. Now, down at this end, I want when the train's coming up the track, which is going to be the outside of the track, I want it to go fast into the station because that's when it's got its maximum speed. And then I want, when it's running slow, I want it on the slower part of the track. So what I'm actually going to do is, where am I going to do this? I'm going to do it here. I'm going to delete that bit of track like that. And in fact, I'm going to delete that bit of track as well. I'm going to hook this track up to there. And then I'm going to bring this track up here like this. Probably about to there. And then, come on. And then hook it up. Actually, I'm going to have to go probably a little bit closer. Let's run you like that and hook you up like that. There we go. All right, cool. So now I'm going to have to put signals in. So now I want to run 4 trains on here. So what are the minimum signals that I need to put in? Well, I'm going to have to put in a signal there. So before I can go into the station, I need to make sure that this section of track is clear. So I need a signal there. And then I need exactly the same at the other end, which is going to be here. And then I need to divide the track up into a minimum of 4 sections because I'm going to have 4 trains on there. I need to be able to see my signal, so let's turn that on. We can get rid of the profits and get rid of that. Okay, so I've got signals there. I've got signals there. I actually want to get rid of this signal because I don't need that one anymore, which get rid of like that. So where's my signals again? Signals. So the middle is going to be, let's see, the middle's going to be about here. So I'm going to put signal on that side, signal on that side, and then I'm going to bisect it again. So I want to be in the middle of those two. So signal there, and the same at this end. So I've divided the track into like 8 sections. And for 4 trains, that should be pretty much perfect. So what I want to do now is buy 2 more trains. Now, like in an ideal world, what I would do is buy 1 train. I would put in a depot at the other end. You know what? Am I going to do that? Apparently, I am going to do that. So buy trains. I'm going to buy another D1/3 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not enough money. Let's get a couple of million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. Set that on Honkabriff Boogie Nights oil. I love the naming. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do the same thing down here. I'm going to put a depot in. What do I want? Train, depot. Flip that around. Put it in, say, let's bring you back a little bit. Let's put you in there. And then we want just a track that hooks onto there. Please work. Please work. Yes, hooray. Cha-ching. And we want the same again. Buy trains. We want D1/3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Set that online, Honkabriff Boogie Nights. Boom, boom,
So
boom.
Alex is saying the hand cars are the trains that are people powered.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. So, this train will come out here and it'll hold up at that signal until it's clear, and then that will go through. I'm going to pause because the same thing should be happening at the other end. Yeah, you're going to hold up at this signal. This train's going to come out. And then you're going to pull in. All right, so we now have a 4-train oil line. Now, this is going to enable us to move a lot of oil. Right, so we've got 323 oil piled up here. But the problem is that's too much oil. And so the production has dropped because it's like, well, you're not moving enough oil. Now that we're starting to move the oil, this production, it's going to start to go back up again, right? But we need to keep this oil moving. Now, the other thing that we can do to improve these trains is to get them to go faster, right? And the best way to do that is to upgrade the locomotive. Now, I've got 2 new trains. Need to name them, don't I? Yes, I do. So let's see. We have got the Dirk Diggler. We've got the Ron Jeremy. This is going to be Steve. There you go. Boom. We have Steve. And then, according to you lot, I have to let Nanny Giggles name this one.
No, because you had another super chat with a request of the money shot, and I think you should take that one, and I will
You sure?
hold on to mine. Yes.
Okay, well, this is going to be the money shot. I didn't read that out, did I?
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did, because you told me to write it down, and I wrote it down.
No, I would have remembered saying the money shot. I definitely did not.
But yes, you did.
I'm going to scroll back up. I'm going to scroll back up in the comments and see. Because
Okay, but I know you did.
Did it do? God, my God, it's been a long time since we had a super chat. Where have all this my super chats going? You know what? I can't. In fact, it's so far back. Corpse actually said posh horses ages ago. No, I can't. I can't even scroll back that far. That's how long it's been since we had a super chat. Kid.
But if you want to listen to me,
seriously, I did not read a super chat
Yes.
that had the money shot in it.
Yes,
No,
you did.
seriously, no, I would remember. I promise you.
then you're not remembering it right now.
How can I convince you that you're completely, totally wrong?
But this you was wrong.
No, I'm not.
Sorry. Yeah.
The guys will back me up on this. No, seriously, like the money shot makes me laugh. I would remember if I'd seen that. I didn't see it. Who was it by then? Who left that comment?
I did. I can't remember, but I wrote it down because
Ah, they see that this is what you always get with Nanny in Picture. It's like they'll be like, oh yeah, and then it's like, well, okay, give me some other detail. They'll be like, oh, I don't remember. All right, but we're supposed to trust that you remember one thing, but you don't remember anything else. We have got thank you, Corpse Hatch. I can always rely on Corpse Hatch. A $2.35 super chat saying Honkle Briff's good tumble oil well. Oh dear, Corpse Hatch, have you've been palling up with Mike? You can have it though. This is going to be the Honklebriff, and for those of you that don't know, Honklebriff is a chemical synonym. Synonym? No, not synonym.
read the chat now.
It's an abbreviation for hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine. Read the chat. Which bit? Alex Barton said it's because we're all skint. You know what? I am joking, of course. Like, your donations recently have been staggering, guys. So, what was this? This is Honkle Briff's Good Tumble oil well. There you go. Boom. And we are done. All right, cool. How are our trains doing? You taking another full load out? Yes, you are. 50 on board.
You should read the chat.
Why?
Because they're saying I'm right and you were wrong.
Sky did say it. They're wrong.
And they were wrong before with when
Yep,
you put
you're wrong. They're wrong. It's my channel. It's my bat and my ball. Now, I do not remember saying the money shot. Now, may I have read part of the super chat that contained that? Well, that's possible. I will actually watch the video. Like, I will watch the video back afterwards and see if I'm right or wrong. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. You know,
and you will make a huge announcement,
No.
sending me chocolates, telling me how the sweet
No,
girl
I will make as much fuss about it as I've made about you being wrong, which is saying you're wrong. And then if you're right, I'll say, oh, you were right.
That's not
But you're not.
satisfying.
But you're not. We can sort it out tomorrow on tomorrow night's
Go check your super chat.
on tomorrow night's stream. Alex, but so you'll have to come back tomorrow night, guys, to see, like, was I right or was I wrong? Will I be humiliated in public? Alex Barton, £2 super chat, and he says, Nanny's correct, down with the patriarchy. Quite right too. Mike Hillman says, Honkle Briff oil trains always take a full load. Stop it. But you know what? We're not getting any blooming fuel produced. Why aren't we getting fuel produced? What is See, line usage, no. The hell? Now, I wonder if our truck station has become full of fuel. So we need more trucks to move it. That's what's wrong. So buy road vehicles.
Read
Volkswagen.
the chat.
No, I'm never reading the chat ever again now because you're being nasty to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's get those set on line. What do I want? On line 1. And then Volkswagen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set those on line 2. And you know what? I'm probably going to... These are quite long routes for horse wagons. So I'm pretty sure then I'm going to need even more wagons than that to keep up with four trains hauling oil up and down, oil and fuel up and down here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Which one in particular? What, boycott Sky? And then he's not talking to me anymore.
Yes, I am. I just forgot I was muted.
Ah, okay.
Silly me. So what did you say?
Bob Higgison says, given the theme of the train names, there should be one named the John Thomas. You know what, Bob? If you want a train named the John Thomas, throw me up a super chat and I'll do it for you. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Bob, if you ask me really nicely because you're a channel member, I'd do it for you anyway. Channel members kind of know that. I'll do stuff for them if they really want me to. Let's smooth that off because it's bugging me. There we go. All right, so all I want to kind of really see is what this is like when it's actually running and how much money we're making. So I'm going to put some more wagons on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
It's
7, 8,
time
9,
to
10.
like remind people of the stream tomorrow and what time it is.
Yeah, tomorrow night, 7 till 10, Skystorm meets Colonel Failure to talk Transport Fever 2. Oh, hell yes. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a fascinating stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And those should be set online too. Alrighty. Cool. I may need even more wagons than this because we've got a lot of oil stacked up. I don't know. No, we should be all right now, actually. Yeah, we should be all right now, I think. 10, there's another 40. Yeah, no, that should be fine for now. But we've just got another train arrived. But it's going to take time because of that kind of log jam. That will have stopped production here, but production has now leapt back up to 100 straight away. We've got 400 oil stored up. So production here is going to be pretty darn good as long as I keep this this truck station clear, which I think we should be okay at. Let's see, got one wagon coming back there, one wagon coming back there. Where's the next lot of wagons? I may need to put like another 10 wagons. We've got some wagons coming back here now. Here's the next batch. Yeah, you know what? I think we need another bunch of wagons, I think. You're waiting. Let's see. Here's the next train, but that hasn't brought any more fuel. Where's the next vehicles coming back? Oh no, I think we might be all right. For now. We'll have to see when the fuel actually starts rolling in properly. See, this is bringing in 47, so yeah, that's good. And then the next train is this one. That's carrying 40, so it's almost full. How much fuel is waiting for the next train? 55. So yeah, I think we're up to full production now. So hopefully before the end of the stream, we got another 9 minutes. Hopefully before the end of the stream, I'm going to leave it running on full speed. We should get an idea of how much you make with just this basic setup. Like, especially if you don't screw it up the way I did.
Because you didn't listen to what I said. Because I was reading the chat and doing my job really good.
Yeah, but that would mean me admitting that you were right about something, and that's not going to happen. Well, what fun would that be?
Yeah, I guess.
If I start admitting that you're right about things, where would it ever end?
I don't know. Marriage? Nah.
No. These trains are so pretty. Now, I was saying, the other thing that we can do to speed things up is to actually upgrade our locomotives. Now I've got 2 million. That's probably not enough. Well, it might be enough to upgrade them. So we're going to want to upgrade these instead of having 10 trucks and a D1/3. We'd want to remove that. Whoops, I didn't want to do replace now. What do I want? I want to click on that. No, give me the blooming locomotive. Oh, I should have clicked on the locomotive first. There we go. We want to get one of these Borsigs, which has a top speed of 45 kilometers per hour. But what's more important is that it's much more powerful. This is 50, whatever, what is that? 50 kilowatt, with a tractive effort of 15 kilonewtons, which is, this has got like 20 kilonewtons. That means it's going to accelerate faster, and it's got significantly more power. So yeah. So let's see. I want to add one of those. So a Borsig pulling these is just going to accelerate faster out the stations, and is going to have a higher top speed, which means it's going to complete the route faster, which means that overall we'll be shipping more oil and fuel backwards and forwards. So yeah, what's that going to cost to replace? It's going to cost 2.53 million. So all I need is for like one more train to arrive, but the thing is I want to do it before they arrive. So I'm going to borrow another 500,000, borrow, and say yes. Cool. So now, with a bit of luck, when this train rolls in, the Ron Jeremy again, we should see it upgrade from this rather quaint engine to the Borsig, which is beautiful. It is lovely British racing green, all that lovely bright shiny brasswork. It's very, very beautiful. Look how shiny that is, and look how it reflects the track. It's cool, isn't it? Love that. So we are steaming along now. Look at this. Oh my god, we're setting records. We're up to 43, 44, and come on, top speed 45. Yes, boom. We're on the way to Roller Girl Exchange.
Rejoicing.
There was a lot of rejoicing. All right, cool. So, shall we have a look at our let's have a look at our profits. So, last year we didn't buy any new vehicles, and we actually lost 13k, and I'm trying to figure out why. Oh, because I had the whole screw up, didn't I, with the trucks and whatever. Yeah. But now this year we've already, so we spent 2.5 million on new vehicles, but we're only losing 1.25 million. In fact, we're only losing 700,000. When this arrives, we're only losing 200,000. So we're actually now making like well over 2 million a year, which is awesome sauce. Now this is the showing you the profits like year by year, but you can actually look at it like line by line. If you go down here and look at this, this gives you the list of lines, and it'll show you line by line what you're making. And we are making a profit of around 2 million, 2.5 million now on the Honkelbrief Boogie Nights oil train line. And then these will bounce around a lot. These are the two truck lines. So we'll see. We'll see. What am I going to do? I'm going to go up here and I'm just going to check how our truck station is managing. See, yeah, see, it's just about managing. Okay. You got 10 on that line, 19 on that line. The trucks have started to space out a little bit, which is good. I could probably maybe do with a few more trucks on the line. Could maybe do with a few more on maybe on line 2. I don't know. They're pretty even distances, to be honest. Maybe line 2 is a little bit longer, so I might put a few more vehicles on line 2. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's set those on line 2. There we go. Just to balance it out a little bit. All right. So
Is it time for me to tell you have to prepare for?
yeah, I know. There's 3 minutes left. All right. So this is all looking good.
You really don't want me to say the word anymore, don't you?
I do, but I'll tell you when.
Okay, boss.
Come on, guys. Move that bloomin' oil. Or the fuel, anyway. All right. How are we doing? We're up to 4 million. Which means if I repay my loan, so we're down to a loan of 3.5 million now. We have made 1.7 million so far this year. We've got 3 months left. October, November, December. We're gonna make over 2 million. We made over 2 million last year. We should make over 2 million this year. You're gonna get there in time. Where are we? October, November, December. Yeah, that train will get in here. So that'll be another 500,000. Oh well, we're already over 2 million. So we should be at least 2.25 million. November. Yeah, here we go. This is going to be another what? How much did we make? Yeah, 2.5 million. Boom. Yeah, it's about 500,000 a load, isn't it? Yep. There's another 500,000 coming in. So we're actually making 3 million a year now. Wow. So in actual fact, I could pay off another 1.5 million, which I just missed the January 1st cut-off. But if I repay that, so we are now down to our original 2 million loan, and we're making 3 million a year. So I would say, guys, at that point, that I've now shown you how to set up your first line.
Super
Yes,
chat.
yeah, I know. Yes, I did screw a few things up. Sorry about that. You know, it happens. The problem is when you do things differently from the way you normally do them, and it was placing this bloomin' station down here as a through station. I should have just put in a bloomin' terminal station up here and just been done with it, and everything would have been fine. But hey, it is what it is. So there you go. We've got a lot of oil coming in here. You know, I would have at this point I would have to put some more vehicles on here. But hey, it'll be fine for this. So Alex Barton says, £2 super chat donation. I am out of shape am I out of shape if a turtle can outrun me? I would say if a turtle can outrun you, you're not necessarily out of shape. I would go probably a little bit further than that and suggest that you actively seek medical help.
No, I would just say kitten ball of strings.
What?
You know, like he was like he saw something else and he ran with that, and then he forgot he was doing a run with a turtle.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't think that's what he's saying, though. I think he's saying that the turtle is actually faster than him. You're thinking of the tortoise and the hare story, where the rabbit, the hare gets distracted.
No, I was actually making a funny joke where I could use the word kitten ball of string.
Oh, right. Well, in that case, that was rubbish. Okay, now we can move on. Right, I feel much better now. I won't feel so bad now if you're right about that stupid money shot thing. But I swear to God, if I'm wrong about that, you know, then I'm the one that needs medical help. It's the earlier onset Alzheimer's I've got. That's what it is. I'm turning into a bit of a hypochondriac. I've got the OCD, I've got the Alzheimer's going on, I've got, what else have I got? I've got so many things. So many bad things going on with me. Alrighty, so there you go. I think that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. The thing is, now that I've got this lineup set up, I just want to keep going. I want to put in a distribution, like a couple of distribution lines. I want to. In fact, I tell you what I could do. I could put a really nice circle route going from South Molton, North, Hykeham, Bedford, Shaftesbury, Ashby Wounds, distributing the oil there. That'd be awesome. I'd love to do that. But there you go. That's it. And now we've got new stuff available. We've got a new horse cart, so I could replace my vehicles with that. We've got, this is a new passenger carriage, the Aubesson, l'Aubesson. So there you go. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to give you like this last chance. If you've got any questions, now is the time to ask them. While I tell you that tomorrow night, me, Colonel Failure, 7 p.m. UK time till 10. I might run on later, but like initial 7 till 10. And Colonel Failure and I are going to be talking about Transport Fever 2. We'll probably talk about Transport Fever as well. We will talk about Transport Fever as well, but we're going to be talking about Transport Fever 2. If any of you would like to be joining me in Discord, if you would like to talk to Sky one-on-one, well, one-on-one-ish, yeah, but like either in voice or in chat, then you could maybe think about becoming a channel member. And channel members, they get the sexy channel badges, they get the custom emojis, they get immunity to slow mode in the chat, which is kind of a good bonus. And also, you get access to my Discord server, and I'm on Discord after every live stream. So guys, I will be on Discord after this live stream, and I think Nanny will probably be there for a few minutes, won't you?
Mm.
Yeah. So there you go. So, oh, that's a good point, because you might not want to talk to me. You might want to talk to Nanny, or Picture. Nanny and Picture, they go in Discord after the live chats, after the live streams as well. So there you go. Right. Any last questions, Nanny? Anything interesting in the chat?
No, I'm just waiting for you to give me.
Oh yes, I know you are. Anything interesting in the chat before we go?
Do you speak French?
A little bit.
Do you speak Danish?
No.
There's a lot of hearts.
Sky, how come you're so awesome? Well, you should ask Nanny Giggles that. She'd know the answer to that question.
Why are you so awesome?
Everybody
Phew.
wants Honkelbriff's Good Tumble Oil. They do. It's selling very well, Honkelbriff's Good Tumble Oil. Look at it. I actually do need some more wagons on here because we're going to be full here very soon. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. All right. So it's that time, Nanny.
It's time to sloot down.
And now you have to explain to them what that means.
Slutte means to finish in Danish.
And that's why Nanny Giggles is the slut announcer. Oh dear. Philip Randall says, will Picture be in the live stream tomorrow? As far as I know, yes, but she has got family in town. So I don't know for 100% certain, but I think she will be on the stream. I can see in the chat there's lots of that'll do pig, awesome sauce, much rejoicing going on. So yeah, Nanny, you've got like 60 seconds to say good night to the guys.
Okay. Oh well, thank you guys for supporting me so much tonight. It was really, really lovely, and you guys are the best. And for 4.5 years, I have loved each and every one of Sky's subscribers. So thank you guys for coming along tonight onto Sky again. That sounds wrong.
That sounded so, like the whole sentence sounded so wrong. For 4.5 years, I've loved every single one of Sky's members. I didn't realise that that was one of the perks. But apparently, I don't know, it's all been going on behind my back. So, Sam says, I need a Lillum and Lara line. It's Lillum and Lara, not Laura. Lillum and Lara. Lillum and Lara line. Yes, I do. And if you don't know what that's about, go and watch one of my Banished series. Colonial Charter. So there you go. We're going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks to all the people who super chat. I sometimes get a little blasé about this, and I really shouldn't. I appreciate each and every single donation. If it wasn't for my patrons and my channel members and my super chatters, I could not do what I do. Like, seriously, guys. And thanks, of course, to Nanny Giggles and to Picture Perfect. Even though she's not here, she is in our thoughts. And thank you to every single one of you who watches a video, who leaves a comment, who leaves a like on a video, who attends a live stream, who sends me a comment, who supports me in any way whatsoever. You are amazing, guys. Thank you very much. And I really hope that loads of you are going to turn up tomorrow. Like, tweet about it, share it, like whatever. And I will see you tomorrow night. Sky and the Colonel talking Transport Fever. Peace out.